Hello everyone, welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. It's West Ham United against Gent, quarter-final, second leg of the Conference League. A place awaits in the semi-final. Who the winner shall be playing at the minute is up in arms because Anderlecht had a 2-0 lead going into tonight's game, but AZ Alkmaar are currently 2-0 up. So over in the other game, it is currently poised 2-2 on aggregate. But Gonzo, how are you feeling about our tie?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I know the team for once, and he's clearly taking it very, very seriously. So I'm pleased. My team, no, it's not, but it's his team, and I think that's really the point. He's taking it very, very seriously. There's little doubt about that.
Well, let's not keep you in suspense any longer. This is your West Ham. I don't know why I'm looking at it. I know it. This is your West Ham team for the evening. Areola is in goal, as always, with your back four of Soufal, Zuma, Agard, and Emerson. Midfield three of Declan Rice, Thomas Souček, and Lucas Paqueta, with Jadbone on the right side, Benham on the left, and Mikel Antonio as the lone striker. Very similar to what we've seen against Arsenal at the weekend. 3 changes from that team, Gonzo. What were you thinking then?
Well, I'm thinking if I'm Flynn Downs, I'd be really peed off because what happens is when you go into one of these games, what happens is you get asked to put a player forward, and the press officer will ask the manager which player do you go to put forward, and it is general etiquette that you would use a player that's going to play. That's generally how it with anyone. So David Moyes, and basically for those of you who don't know, David Moyes took Flynn Downs in as his chosen player. David Moyes has either done one or two things. He's either used it as a little bit of smoke and mirrors against Gent by saying, I'm taking this player, which is not the done thing, to be fair. It's not thought as the gentleman or anything. Even if you put that to one side, or he's done it to pee Flynn Downs off. I think you get the net result either one. So I'd be really annoyed, I think, if I was Flynn to David. Why have you taken me out there and done that actually and put me up in front of the press when you had no intention of playing me at all? So I think that's the first thing I thought, whoop, that is not going. He's not doing himself any favours there at all. Aside from that, I'm pleased he's taking it strongly. I would have arrested Antonio. I probably would have arrested Zuma. But you know what? I understand why he's doing it. He wants to win it. He absolutely wants to go out and win the trophy. And irrespective of whether I or you or anyone else think that that Thomas Souček should be playing in the middle, it is his first choice midfielder. So David Moyes has gone first choice here. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is 10 of his first choice 11. Just the keeper has only changed, but that's his cup goalkeeper as well. Yeah. The poll is now live for you in the live chat, so please get involved. Are you happy with West Ham starting 11 last night? There's 4 answers. Please select the one that most likely reflects your opinion on the team. I'm okay with it. I say okay with it. I'm really happy with it, actually. When it came out, I thought, right, okay, I think the Souček thing. Do you know something? Actually, I didn't expect Souček to start because this is almost like it's Areola's competition. It's almost like the Flynn Downs competition.
Sure, yeah.
It's the Emerson or Creswell one that left back. Whoever's not the first choice for the Premier League starts this one as well. So this is the competition where he does rotate somewhat lightly at minimum, and he hasn't really done that, which I kind of get it. But he's rotated the left back position, and I just think, well, I'm sure you could have put Downs in there. I think it is a bit harsh, even without the confidence stuff like you spoke about. I think it is a bit harsh, and also I had a bit of sympathy for Thilo Kehrer as well. He's probably thinking, oh, come on, I was really good against Arsenal. Why am I not starting tonight? That Agard guy was rubbish the last couple of games, and he walks his back into the team. And we all think, I say we all, I can't speak for him, but me and you certainly think this is David Moyes' first choice 11.
Yeah.
I think you can argue Creswell and Emerson as to who's going to start in Bournemouth. But apart from that, I think the other 10 are going to start. And Kehrer and, like you said, Downs will probably be thinking the same, and they'll be thinking, what have I got to do? What have I got to do to get in this team? But I think for Kehrer, unlike Downs, is he played the last game and played very well as well. So I think he's probably going to be thinking a bit harsh for this one. But I'm pleased to see him take it really seriously. While I wouldn't have started Zuma for fitness concerns, I can't complain too much with him. I'm pleased to see that front three of Bowen, Benham, and Antonio. Again, I would have liked to have seen Cornet, but I'm happy with that front three. He's taking this seriously. He wants to win tonight. He wants to be in the semi-final. And I'm relieved. I say relieved. I wasn't that worried about it. I knew he'd go quite strong, but I'm happy to see this team. So,
there was a team doing the rumours about an hour ago. It's completely different to this, with Ings up front and Cornet playing. And, saw it quite a few times, actually.
Maybe Moyes leaked that one.
Maybe Downs was in that one.
Maybe we've got a bit of the Colleen and Rebecca Vardy going on here.
Yeah, he's trying to find out who the snitch is.
Yeah, he's only told 3 people, and it's literally now he knows
all
it's
different
one of the 3.
teams. All different teams. Yeah.
Now I know exactly who it is.
Yeah, I know he's leaking the team. Yeah. Interesting, sneaky old boys.
But anyway, there's your West Ham starting 11. The bench for West Ham, I will get that up on my screen though, because there's 12 of them. The bench for West Ham this evening is Lucas Fabianski as well as Anang. On there is also Ben Johnson, Aaron Creswell, Pablo Finales, Manuel Lanzini. We've got Flynn Downs as well as Maxwell Kearney and Danny Ings. Also with Kerr, Potts, and Mubama. Good itself, really, doesn't it? Who else is available? You're on the bench.
No, but let's be fair. David Moyes is not beyond actually just taking 10 players and putting them on that bench and not taking any youngsters. So I'm pleased he's done that. He's done it before.
He's done it before. European football, I'm not sure.
Well, maybe I'm just saying. I'm pleased. Hey, it's not me. Don't shoot me. All right. I take all the players I played. It's him that leaves spaces on the bench and doesn't put youth players on there. So I'm saying I'm pleased he hasn't done it.
He did it in an away game in European football. There was 11 players on there, but the home ones, I'm not sure. I think he does put the youngsters on the bench for these European games when he needs to, when there's not enough senior players to fill out. But anyway, there's nothing controversial. That's literally just who else is available. Are we missing anyone? Obviously, Skamaka's injured, but apart from that, everyone else is here, aren't they?
Ogbonna suspended. Ogbonna was on there, did you?
Ogbonna suspended.
That's okay. Of course he is, yes. So, yeah.
So everyone else is available and on the bench. Someone will tell us if we're missing someone. Now, the Ghent team, please, I'm going to say listen carefully. I'm only reading out once. I wouldn't listen carefully, but I'm still only reading out once. I'm going to butcher these to the best of my ability. In goal is Rolf, and at the back, according to UEFA app, which is useless for formations, they've got Sam Louise, as well as Piatowski, Okumu, and Fortuna. In midfield, they've got Coombs, Desart, Castro Montes, and Hong playing in midfield. And up front, they've got Orban and Coopers. There you go, that's your Ghent team. 1 or 2 of those players didn't start. I'm pretty sure Fortuna came off the bench when we played them last week. And I don't remember Castro Montes playing.
When you say the goalkeeper's name, you sound like a dog.
Rolf.
All right. I need to be snappy.
Careful. Kurt Zuma's brother will come and belt me in a minute.
They wouldn't dare, not a dog.
Well, on the bench for Ghent this evening, there's only 9 players, so they're not filling the bench up either. On the bench is Nardi, as well as, oh, for God's sake, I'll come back to that one. Haig, Fofana, Depotois, Godot, Sodali, Vandal, Torigana, and Odidjaf Ofo.
Odidjaf Ofo. He's one of my favourites.
How do you pronounce that one?
I don't know. I can't actually see. Believe it or not, the camera's obscuring the ticker tape. So,
that's convenient.
Right, if you want, do you want me to have a go? Hey, I'll raise the screen. I've got my
Charlie will type out massive for you.
Which one?
Can read out if you want
Did
to.
you mean the Turi? Turanaringa.
Two more after that. The one that starts with O, the hyphen name.
Odija.
There you go.
Odija.
Well, there you go.
Odija Ofo. Yeah.
The Watford. I've seen a thing. The Watford, when you go as a pundit or a commentary, radio journalist, whatever, when they give out the team sheets, the Watford team sheet, they've got how to pronounce their names underneath it.
Good for them.
And they've got one for Craig Cathcart, and it just says Craig Cathcart.
I like it. That's superb. That's superb. It's a shame they don't still have Will Hughes.
It's like do you remember Crystal Palace at the start of the season did a thing on how to pronounce all their players' names? So
that's right.
And then Joe Ward was just like Joel Ward.
Yeah.
Love him. Brilliant. Like him. Anyway, that's a good team. I take it you've got no strong opinion about that, but they've got their front 2-3 there that caused us bother last week, and they've got their nutter Polish defender that got sent off and didn't get sent off.
The ups and the downs. Yeah.
And they've got their keeper that likes to drop the ball at corners as well.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Exciting. You confident? I know it's you usually asking the questions. I'll ask you. And early as well. When you normally ask me, am I confident in about 15 minutes time? But I'm asking you now.
Yeah, I am. It's hard though, Gonzo, because no matter what the team came up tonight for us, the question isn't, are you happy to start in 11? I'm happy to start 11, but I was happy to start in 11 last week in Belgium as well. The problem is the intent of us was absolutely crap. There was no urgency, there was no energy about us whatsoever. Gent were all over us, and I know people don't like the phrase they wanted it more than us, but it's just to simplify everything rather than going into detail about how harder the other team worked tactically. They were better, their attitude was better. It's just to simplify it, which is they want it more than us. And last week I felt that. I felt watching it, I thought we're barely got out the starting blocks here. We were rubbish. So I was happy with the starting 11 last week as well. It's just that the execution of the new formation, the attitude of the team was crap. I hated it. I was not happy with what I saw last week. So I'm happy with the starting 11, Gonzo, but what the team sheet can't tell me is if the players are up for it or not. What the team sheet can't tell me is how David Moyes is going to instruct them to play tonight. And unfortunately, those are the two big contributing factors. Right. The team arguably is the lesser one at this stage. We could make 3 changes at starting 11 and still have a better team than them. We can make 4 or 5 changes to starting 11 and still have our bench could probably beat this Gent team if we got everything spot on.
Yeah.
So it comes down to things that we can't measure, unfortunately. But I do feel confident. But like I said, it comes with the asterisk, which is we turn up tonight because we didn't turn up last week.
Absolutely. Gary Page, I saw your joke. Noted, appreciated. That was good.
Can you not just click on it?
So no, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Wait, hey, look, you either pay attention to Gary or you don't. Do you know what I mean? Snooze.
Well, if you had let me do the questions.
I didn't want to interrupt. I was multitasking. I was listening to you, talking about the attitude and condensing the sayings and all the stuff. I was laughing at Gary's joke internally. I was doing a lot. There was a lot going on.
But if you let me ask the questions like normal, I'd have been able to read his joke.
Oh, I see. Right. There you go.
Okay, that is quite funny, actually. That is quite a funny one. Are you confident?
Can you ask me in 15 minutes' time, please? I'd like to keep a certain uniformity to the proceedings, if you don't mind.
It goes out the window for cup games.
Oh, right. Yeah, I am.
Doesn't it?
I am. Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm confident. So, yeah, I mean, this is his best team. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good, actually, at the moment about everything, about West Ham, which is the first time this season, really. So it is the first time this season. That's why when it comes to the end and someone says, they want a label on it. Good season. Yes, no. Good season. Yes, no. Hold on a second. Can I talk about all the other months that preceded this? I'm feeling good about West Ham at the moment. And I'm after the Arsenal stuff, I'm feeling pretty confident, actually. And I do think that we started on the front foot. Look, what Paqueta said, let's be fair, it was good for a video, but it was what we did. We did start pressing straight away. We actually did. So I didn't think, if truth be known, we played totally differently once we went behind to how we started playing the game. In fact, I would argue the way we scored our first goal was exactly the way we started the first 90 seconds in that game, actually. So I can't believe that it's all just because we went behind. I think probably Moyes did send them out there to press from the front. Cue the you're Moyes in now, are you, Gonzo? So you can bring all that on. But you know what? So I think he probably knows he's on the way out. I think he probably knows that. I think he's probably going for it, and he really is. He really is. I think this is his best attempt at winning this competition. I think he wants to win the competition, and I think that might be enough. It just makes him attack a little bit and press from the front. It might be enough to see this team off, but it ain't going to be easy. I mean, we're not, we're not guaranteed to win this tournament. Far from it. I don't like it when people talk about it like we have, because some people want to do the David Moyes assessment now, and they say, right, okay, so he's not everyone. Some people are saying, well, if that's fine, but there are some people that are saying, right, okay, well, David Moyes 2 seasons in a row European football, and he keeps us up, and he wins the Conference League. Well, hold on a second, let's get there. Let's get there first. So I think even if we get through today, you're still going to have a tough game with the other 2 battling it out now. Still 2 all on aggregate, I assume. Somebody would have said in the chat.
Would have told us,
yeah. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. But I'm confident and looking forward to it. Excited about the game.
Right, now we're going to do a little bet. We're going to build a few things here, and if this bet wins, one of you will get some money. We were quite close actually last week on this one because the player got booked, and something else we needed to happen. We only needed one thing to happen. I can't remember what it was.
Someone have a shot or something.
I think it was West Ham winning. I think it was West Ham winning, but it finished 1-1. So we weren't far off. So what are you fancying this week?
Got to think who's not going to play all game. They're more likely to get substituted, aren't they? The goalkeeper's dodgy, isn't he? The goalkeeper's dodgy. Souček's going to score a goal from a header. Big bucks.
Right, okay. We'll put in Souček to score a goal. Let's get that in there. It's going to happen eventually. Law of averages. It's been a while. West Ham to win in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Souček to score a goal. Would you like Gift Orban to have a shot on target or have 3 shots in total?
3 shots in total.
He was firing willy-nilly, and he was pretty crap with some of them, wasn't he?
He was.
A couple of firing with wide.
What's it? Yeah.
Do you fancy Gent to have 4 corners?
Oh, yeah, we're bumping it up. We're getting the old big bucks. I like it. Yeah, chuck it all in, mate. Chuck it all in.
Okay, my last question to you. How many shots in total do you think Gent will have? Bearing in mind they had 20 last week.
8.
Can we say 10? That's the minimum.
Yeah, of course. You take what you want. I'm just there. I'm just there to agree. Right.
This is the bet tonight. No player to get booked. I will go through it. Don't worry. So it's £150. If this bet wins, one of you will get £150 cash. So we need the following things to happen. We need West Ham to win in 90 minutes, not extra time. In 90 minutes, Thomas Souček to score a goal at any time. Gift Orban to have 3 shots, which feeds into the next bet, which is Gent to have 10 shots and Gent to have 4 or more corners in the game. £150 cash to one of you lovely lot or one of you horrible lot. It depends which one we pick. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase:
Moyes deciphers Gent.
There you go. What spelling is that? Where's the
cipher? They're going to play a ciphers. The Gent player ciphers.
Oh, are you talking about the striker one? There he is.
Yeah.
Coopers, I think they pronounce his name or something.
That's not how we pronounce it down these
There
parts.
you go. That's the spelling you want there.
Yeah, ciphers. Moyes deciphers. I don't care how you spell it. Just have a go.
Well, everyone's writing the real word because they didn't catch your pun there because you
too subtle. Or I can't read the.
This is the best one so far.
Yeah, I like it. That's how I'll do.
We'll take that one from Andy. Thank you, Andy. That's the best one thus far. But it doesn't really matter. We're not bothered about your spelling kind of thing. It's just we're not too picky.
They're all having a go. I like it.
Well, of course they are. They want 150 quid.
Of course they do. Everyone does. Yes. Might have a go myself.
Get involved. Anyway, while you lot are here, please do drop a like on the video. It really helps the channel out more than you think. It takes you literally 2 seconds and it's completely free. Under the video where Gonzo's left arm is, there is a thumbs up. If you click point, will you? Which
one's my left arm?
Well,
that one. You're right. I got confused. Not which one my arm is, but it's there.
The thumb's down there somewhere. There's a thumb. Click that thumbs up. So if someone comes onto YouTube in the next 5 minutes, says West Ham Gent, this video will be the one that's recommended to them. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Also free. Also takes 2 seconds. Big red button. Also underneath Gonzo's left arm. Down below Gonzo's left arm. Have you seen this, by the way, on social media?
I don't know. What is going on with Declan in training? Tell me.
It sounds like he shouted to shut up. You see you next Tuesday at someone.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me at all. I would expect that language on a training ground.
Shouting it at you, bother you if he shouted it at you.
Maybe, but I would expect that. I would expect that language on a training ground.
Yes, it's definitely prevalent on a building site. I can say that.
So I'm not. It doesn't bother me at all, and also it's just a little bit funny. Rich is saying the thumb's under my right arm. Oh, don't confuse us. No, it's not. Is it over there now? YouTube keep changing things. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Well, as he's looking at it, he's holding out his phone, and it's under his right arm. It says he's holding it. So it's all about perspective.
It is. I am not, John. I'm not falling for that. I am not falling for that, John. I'm not telling you what see you next Tuesday means. Sure you can work it. You were the one that said, "Have you seen the video?" So you know fine what he's saying.
You know. You're cheeky. Hey, John. Naughty.
We get you. We worked you out. Chris says, wishing his mum, Lynn, a happy 80th today.
Yes.
A hammer for 75 years.
Yes. Happy birthday, Lynn. Fantastic. Magic,
Who did she support for the first 5 years?
She's going down the Orient, didn't she? She's going down the Orient.
Times like it works.
She's not that old. I like it though.
Thank you, Susan, for the £5 super chat. Susan
and
says,
for your lovely comment today, Susan. Thank you very much. I was noted, by the way, in the comment section of the video. Thank you so much for your support.
She says, lots of fan videos on YouTube showing fan reactions to the Arsenal match. Charlie looked total class next to the Arsenal watch-alongs. Well, Charlie's very good at them, hence why we let Charlie do them. I couldn't do them because I would shout and swear and say see you next Tuesday and stuff like that, and it wouldn't make very good viewings. But Charlie's very, very composed as Charlie.
And I've got a weak bladder, so I couldn't sit there for 2 hours. Can't sit anywhere for 2 hours, really.
Well, Charlie gets off at half time. I do go on at half time, so he can.
Oh, that's what he does at half time. I thought he just went for a wee.
Yeah, he goes for a wee at half time. Goes for a little piddle.
He said he gets off.
Yeah. Right. Derek says, hopefully there's no dodgy penalty handballs like last night. It was a little bit.
I don't know. I didn't see anything. What happened?
He just booted the ball at a Kanji, and it was like, pen.
So what happened? I don't even know. There was Champions League last night, obviously.
Yeah, Man City by Bidic, but
because they were brilliant in the first. I saw the first leg; they were brilliant,
kind of thing. I mean, this is interesting. Fiorentina 4, Poznan 4. I mean, Fiorentina won 3-0 in the first, 4-1 in the first leg or something. So there you go, 4-4 in aggregate now. Poznan are now 3-0 up in the second. And there's plenty of other people saying the same thing as well. Leo's saying it as well and stuff. So
that's not a bad competition, really. If you're watching all this stuff, it's pretty good.
Entertainment.
Right?
It's more entertaining.
West Ham game's not entertaining, but all the other stuff's brilliant.
It's more entertaining. Man City beating Bayern Munich 3-0 in the first leg and walking up and keeping 1-1 boring enough game into the semi-final or whatever. So
it's made me hungry. Major's had a special kebab.
Anyway, it's time for you guys to get involved in the live chat. Please put your thoughts. It could be about the West Ham team, any hopes or fears that you have ahead of tonight's game, whether you're feeling confident, but not your score predictions, whether you're feeling confident. Let's get it in. Let's get reading out your thoughts ahead of this evening's game. Dave G's already looking ahead to Sunday. Says, do you think we're binning off the Bournemouth game?
No, but he despite, regardless of what you think of Moyes, I say we think of Moyes. He thinks he can win this game and the Bournemouth game.
Yeah,
it's not. You can't have it both ways. He can't be deluded and he's binning it off. Right? Honestly, he thinks. He really does, and he might do. Do you know what? He might do, but no, he definitely wants to win both games. I've no doubt about that. I'll tell you what I do think he'll do. I think he'll press in this one really, really hard and fast and all that sort of stuff. I think for the Bournemouth game, he'll know the fatigue levels are less. I still think he'll pick a good team against Bournemouth, a strong team. And I think you may find we sit back a little bit more and we don't do as much energetic stuff and we soak it up rather than press from the front. That's what I'm probably totally wrong, but that's what I think might happen.
Yeah, I completely agree. We've got Liverpool next week. I think that'll be the game we see the rotation. Assuming we get something, a draw from Bournemouth, and I think you might see one or two changes for the Liverpool game for anyone that is possibly struggling, like Kurt Zouma, who can't play maybe 3 games in, well, that would be 6 days, wouldn't it? That's sure. tough going, that. So
yeah, it is, yeah.
Andy says, are we getting a semi tonight?
Oh, every night, Andy.
Lewis says Flynn Downs subtly firing shots in the pre-match pressure. You'll love to see it. Why isn't he playing? I mean, maybe that's why he's not playing. Maybe he's pissed off.
There's a theory.
Maybe Moyes was intending on playing him, sat him down, and he sat there saying, I need more minutes. And the manager thought, well, you're going to mug me off in front of the media. You can find yourself on the bench tomorrow night.
Maybe you're right, mate. Maybe you're right.
Dean says, feeling very confident despite no Corneo Downs. He's gone for it, going with 3-1 in normal time. Will was hoping to see Maxwell Cornet start. Darren says, Moyes said he would like a semi. Michael said, I know how I feel about our chances within the first 10 minutes. The attitude and approach will tell us everything. Glenn says, good lineup. We really need to go at them hard and put the game away early. Will he, though? Dean says, imagine by this time next week, we're in a semi-final beat Bournemouth, have an extra 4 points in the Premier League, a man can dream.
Oh, why not? Have a dream.
Aidan says, I fear we go up early and sit
got a
back.
big house, isn't he? Aidan got a big house.
He does have a mansion.
Oh, wow. Party round yours, Aidan.
Room.
I could get my own room, don't I? Ensuite number there.
Room, you can have your wing.
I can. Yeah. All right, yeah, you know.
Do you think
hammerschat@gmail.com, Aidan? You know, it makes sense. You know, be nice.
Do you reckon he's watching us on his 80-inch projector screen in his library?
Without a shadow of a doubt. You're honest. Your lordship, you are most welcome to watch Hammers Chat, and we look forward to seeing you soon. What did he say? What did Aidan actually say? By the way, I was just sorry.
I can't remember now.
No, sorry, Aidan. Sorry, you're sorry.
He distracted us. He said he fears we're going to go up early and sit back for the rest of the game. Quite
right, Your Highness.
Doug says, with our quality, there's no excuse for not getting a result. His bet is Souček to have 5 passes, 8 and 1. Naughty. You're naughty. Yeah. Leo says, feeling as confident as I could be with a ruptured Achilles. Crikey.
Oh, blimey. What is all that keeping up he's been doing? Look.
Well, he's not doing any keeping ups at the minute, that's for sure. Got it from football training with my university. Wish me luck because I got an MRI tonight.
Oh, I wish you luck. I mean, I don't know. He's going to miss the rest of the season, isn't he?
Killed the mood here, haven't you, Leo? Nice one, mate. I was looking forward to the game now.
I was looking forward to a weekend away at Aiden's, like a bit of clay and shooting and all the stuff. But now I'm worried. Now I'm worried about your Achilles tendon and your metatarsal and everything.
Give Aiden a shout. See if we can sort you out with Bupa or something.
Where is Aiden? He's not said anything since we spoke. Oh, he's there. He's there. He's there.
Servant's slow at typing it up.
He'll have us over if we win tonight, he says. Yeah, he's going to say, butler. Yeah, will there be anything? Can I retire now, sir? You know, all the rest of it.
Get typing back to those Hammers Chat boys.
Will you be requiring anything brought to your quarters before the game, sir? Yeah, all that stuff. Love it. Love it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm excited.
What are you going to do if he's catfishing?
Oh, I'm used to it. Last 2 years, don't worry about that. I'm an expert. Spot him a mile off. He's genuine.
Kevin says, if we're going hard, we can come out with a semi.
Oh, quite right too, Kevin.
Shay says, I think Gent will be confident after holding us 1-1 at home. Think we will win, but it will be a close game. Oz says, hopefully there's a secret meeting and we are going for it.
Yes, the secret meeting before Forest. Quite right.
Ray says, I think we've got a semi coming. And we'll win with a lob. There's a lot of.
I like it, Ray. I like it, quite right.
I remember that joke. I was at school when it happened. Remember when Ronaldinho scored from the halfway line against England in the World Cup? And the joke was Ronaldinho lob Seaman over 40 yards.
That's right. Yes, indeed.
I like that joke. Still one of my favourite ones. That and 7 dwarves in a bed feeling sleepy. So Sleepy got out. That's my favourite one.
That's right. He wasn't happy.
No, he was not happy. That's my favourite one. That's my favourite dad joke. You can have that one for free. Well, Susan paid £5 for it. I think about refunding.
Been a bit droopy. Is one of them called Droopy? Is one of the 7 dwarves called Droopy? Oh, Dopey. Fuck. Droopy. Whoops. I mean, damn. Sorry. Excuse me.
Well, they're all dripping.
Oh. Oh, that's a category, isn't it, on the old website?
Dan says, don't want Sven Coombs getting the semi.
No.
His name's Coombs. I'm sticking with Coombs. I was pretty disappointed. Either that or it's actually Combs, but the commentator last week was a bit embarrassed to say it.
He couldn't do it, could he? He couldn't do it.
He just says Coombs.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. I'll tell you what, when we're bored, because what's the fella's name that plays for Leeds? Cock, isn't it? Is there a Cock that plays for Leeds? Yeah, we'll do it when we're all bored in the sun. We'll do a whole team of them. Seaman in goal, Combs, Cock, Rod Fanny, all of them. Big team. Squad.
Spooky says he's binned off the girlfriend for Hammers Chat night with the boys. What a poor decision that was.
Yeah, there you go.
You need to reevaluate
your choices. Calendar. It's easy now with a Google Calendar. Come on.
I would be reevaluating your decisions. Fiorentina have scored, so they're now leading on aggregate.
Okay.
Scarborough says best
Jones laughing. Jones, I honestly did. I wasn't a joke. I actually did think it was droopy, but then in retrospect, it is dope. It is dopey. I'm not too up. I haven't watched Snow White for a while.
Stevens requiring the substitutions. The West Ham subs are currently on your screen for you. There, it's basically everybody that's not starting and not called Gianluca Scamacca or Angelo Ogbonna. One's injured and one's suspended. Everyone else is there. Ashley's currently watching the AZ versus Anderlecht game right now, and they're both terrible sides. If we win tonight.
Thank you, Ashley, our correspondent for the other tie.
We'll get Ashley on for the opposition preview next week.
We'll get a microphone, but you put a tie on and all that.
Send us like a fan cam, will you? And let us know.
Stand in front of a fan, even if it's not me. You know what I mean? So it's all like blowing your hair and all the rest of it. Terrible conditions.
Mark says his wife knew a guy called Drew Peacock.
I used to be my hobby. When I was young, I used to do club athletics, and used to run at like 3A level and stuff like that. And there was he was actually a very, very fast runner, and I'm not joking. He was called Randy Cox, COX. I'm not joking. I swear to you.
Do you reckon these parents are on LSD or something when they go to register?
I don't know. I mean, clearly his name was Randolph. Do you know what I mean? But it was always going to get shortened. And he actually ran under that name, Randy Cox, COX.
I think I'd definitely come up with a stage name if I was doing that. I mean, I would think that is his stage name.
It's a great name.
When I was born, my mum decided I was going to be called Geo. My uncle asked her, what's he called? She said, Geo. So we went to go get a card. And he said, Geo. And she said, yeah, G-O. And he went, okay. Anyway, so he then put in the card to G-O. I mean, it fucking spells go, doesn't it?
Did you collect £200?
I did not collect £200, no. I got a card called to go. That's what I got. Well, my mum did. I couldn't read at that age.
Yeah. Nice.
So, everybody's just saying all the names they know now, and they're too naughty to read out, unfortunately. There's some funny ones, but I can't.
You know what? It might be the best thing about the Conference League is not everyone takes it 100% seriously for the hour and 5 minutes before the game. So we have a little bit of a giggle, don't we?
Yeah, it's always the same with cups. Remember when we played Blackburn? Nobody wanted. We couldn't do the watch along because there was no stream. It wasn't broadcast anywhere, and everybody just wanted us to stay on and just chat random stuff rather than actually go away and try and listen to it on the radio.
Yeah, a lot of biscuit talk, as I remember.
Yeah, and your Tinder talk, that was there because they were trying to guess the name. It was just a load of female names coming up, and we're trying to see if you would smile at one of them.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think we decided it was Susan. I can't remember. Okay. I think we decided Susan was your.
Well, we're married now, myself and Susan.
Right, has anyone got any thoughts on the football, please? Because it's all just names now. Well, it was fun. Let's get back to football chat, please.
There you go. Oh, Leonardo, let's give him a laugh of his broken leg and his hamstrings and his tendons and his metatarsals and all that. He's laughing on his sofa. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Steph texted me and it said W2F, so it's like, whoa, what? It's usually West Ham.
I know what it means.
So, well, I know you know what that means, the abbreviation, but there was an image attached to it, so I thought, oh, this is important in relation to tonight's game, but it was just a score in the Fiorentina game, that's all.
Oh.
I was just checking, it wasn't like a player's injured in the warm-up or something like that, so I thought Steph had sent me something that I needed to know for the show, but she hadn't, so I shouldn't have clicked on it, really.
Not impressed. They did the old swings and roundabouts of the other game. Where's that correspondent?
Don't know what Ashley watching. I don't know if it's a he or a she or a they. I'm not sure what you are, Ashley. It's a unisex name. It's not very helpful.
He's very politically correct, Geo. He knows all the pronouns.
I fisher them.
That's right.
So So
they call him a woke that likes a poke.
Just right. Where's Ashley? Ashley, we need you. Must be getting into the game. Anyway, right, let's see what you're all doing. Finn says West Ham seem to be clogged in the centre of the pitch. In my opinion, that's how we conceded in the first leg. West Ham really need pressure Gent because we're giving them too much control.
Fair enough.
Ashley said, I'm a man. It's still 2-2. Terrible game. Back to
I'm a man. It's still 2-2. It's a terrible game. Back to you guys in the studio. Yeah, I like it.
That's what we need on Soccer Saturday, don't we?
I like it. Yeah.
Bill says, Paqueta and Rice to dominate the midfield. It's where the game shall be won. John, there is extra time this evening. So obviously, John aggregate. There's obviously no away goals. Just a reminder for anyone that requires it. Away goals are no longer a thing. So should the scores be even at the end of the 90 minutes, shall go to extra time and then penalties if required. So quite a big one for side Ben Rama tonight if it's a draw, because he's someone you can't really take off. You need him on the pitch for that penalty shootouts, don't you? So if we do get there.
You do. Yeah. You make this talking about
Graham
that.
says, good news. The game manager is making excuses already. Coach delayed, more about not having the game put back 15 minutes. Irony, coach held up by their own fans. They did have a lot of fans. I've seen the clip of them marching through the streets on the way to the... What are you giggling at now?
What Dina's just posted. It don't mean ours. It's not ours. I don't mean this background, does it?
I was about to say, what's going on?
What's Sippy up to?
What's Susan doing at your end?
Absolutely.
Anyway,
she should be. Sorry, they should be behaving herself.
Right, Mr. Walsh, are you ready? Here he is. Right, Charlie, let's get a little bit of normality back into the show. Have you got the results of the poll, please? No, he doesn't.
It's the old microphone again, hey? Charlie, we can't hear you.
We weren't winding you up. We generally can't hear you.
Oh, do you know what? It's like Elvis without the voice, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quite good then. He's a good singer when he's like this.
Yeah,
Charlie.
yeah. He's off. He's gone. Checking out the summer. There he is, still there. Poking his eye out. Okay, oh, back the other side. Double.
Don't know. While Charlie tries to sort out that, all the gear, no idea, and all that. Well, let's get him out of there. Put him back in the green room. Time for you to get your score predictions in, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're going for a draw, please, would you kindly put how you think extra time and penalties will go alongside your score prediction? Gonzo, in the preview, you said 3-1 West Ham, 3-0 West Ham. You went for a big one.
I think I did. I'll go with 3-1 West Ham, I think, yeah.
Charlie, have you got the results now?
Yeah, we had a power cut, and I forgot it resets everything when there's a power cut, so the thing wasn't done properly. People are happy, you know. I mean, not like very happy, but they're more happy than they usually are. We asked, how do you feel about the starting 11s? 1% said they were fuming, 4% said it's very poor, 60% said it's all right, and 34% said very happy, which for us is rare. Usually it's very heavily weighted into the... Max, you're getting, yeah, it's fine, but a lot of like negative. No, we're pretty vibey today.
Well, the live chat is very confident with the score predictions. 3-1 appears to be the most popular option at the minute, possibly even a 3-0. Taz is asking, Charlie, did you just turn it off and on?
Literally, yes.
In the main troubleshooting solution.
Literally, yes.
Everybody's feeling good in the live chat. There's a lot of confidence in a West Ham win tonight. 2-1 West Ham, 3-1 West Ham, 5-1 West Ham, 2-0 West Ham, a shaky 1-0. 2-0, Souček getting a couple of goals. The bet might win. Dean says 3-1 normal time, 3-1, 2-0, 2-0, sorry, 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 1-0, Michael Antonio. Michael reckons it's a draw, but we're going to win in extra time. Stephen says 3-0. Alfie thinks we're going to win on penalties with a very specific scoreline of 17-16, which would be entertaining, but also anxiety. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 3-1. The live chat's feeling good about tonight. This is nice after reading out Sunday's 4-0s and 5-0s. So it's feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm pleased with the lineup actually, because what it does do is it says to the as well as the fans, but it also says to those playing, I am taking this seriously and I want to win this game. I imagine if you're going to play a game like this, and let's just say you get convinced and the manager starts leaving out Kurt Zuma, leaving out Vladimir Sufal, leaving out Antonio, you might be thinking, does he want to win this? Like, what's going on, kind of thing. It was a hard game last week.
Yeah,
I think Paqueta starting is important, considering how good he was in that small spell last week as well. So had Paqueta not started, I think if I was a player, I'd be looking around going, Gaffer, what are you doing here? So to name this 11 is quite the opposite. They've got to look around and think, bloody hell, he actually does want to win this competition. He says it, but this team suggests that he does want to win it. We get the attitude right tonight and the intent's right, which is similar to what we saw against Arsenal. I think we'll win comfortably, even though I don't know if the scoreline will necessarily reflect that. But we've seen a lot of games this season, last season in European football, where we've won 1-0, 2-0 or whatever. But generally, it's been quite a comfortable evening for West Ham. So I'm going to stick with my 2-1 just because I'm stubborn. But I think it'll be a comfortable 2-1 for us this evening. So. Anyway, myself and Gonzo are going to disappear, but don't go anywhere because Charlie's with you right through till full time. Then we'll be back at full time to discuss the game. I'll be back on at half time for a little chin wag with Charlie while he goes to piddle. And anyway, Charlie, enjoy.
Thank you, Geo. Thank you, Gonzo. And piddle I shall. I hope everyone's well. I hope you're all good. I feel like crap. I've been ill the last 2 days, but the show must go on, as does West Ham's Europa Conference League adventure with the second leg of the quarterfinals against Ghent at the London Stadium. This is very exciting, isn't it? It's very exciting. I feel like there's a lot of confidence in the chat. There's a lot of vibes. And so when I ask this question, I'm expecting maybe some high numbers. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? I suspect the numbers will be higher than they were last time around. And while we do that, we'll have a look at the lineup. If I press this button, we'll see how we will line up. West Ham start as such. Areola in goal. Soufal, Zuma, Aged, and Emerson in defence with Rice, Souček, and Paqueta in midfield. Ben Rama and Bowen other side of Antonio. Basically, the lineup we played against Arsenal, essentially, which is why I'm sort of happy about it, if I'm being honest. There's a couple of changes in there. Realistically, Aged should be an upgrade on Kehrer. Realistically, Emerson should be an upgrade on Cresswell. Apart from that, that's what Ario and Fabianski, I guess you can argue either way, right? But that's the lineup we played against Arsenal, and I'm very happy with that because that performance is what we saw. And I'm not one of these people who thinks... I'm never someone who advocates for the idea of don't change a winning side because I think that's I don't know. It's just not something I ever think about, right? In this specific case, I think it's the right thing to do because all of a sudden those players have form and confidence and we can go into this game, we can get it up, we can close it up, hopefully early doors. If we can get a goal in the first half, maybe a second one in the first half, ideally, and then we can make a lot of substitutions. Maybe we get to see the likes of Potts move out towards the end of the game. Maybe we see some other people, right? That's the idea. And so hopefully, it goes well. And I think it's the right thing to do. I'm quite excited by this lineup. The bench is also very good. Fabianski, Anang, Johnson, Cresswell, Fornals, Lanzini, Downs, Cornet, Ings, Kehrer, Potts, and Mubama. A strong defense, like Geo said, a strong bench. Sorry, as Geo said, it's basically the people who are just left over. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Tasman, thank you very much for the £2 to the full-time fund. Very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. The cold has evolved into something else this week, and it's been a horrible couple of days. I can't lie. Finn's Football Chat, I see your question. I'll get to it in just a moment, my friends. So you don't. I have seen it. Don't worry. You don't need to put it in there again. I have seen it. But let's scroll to where we see the beginning of the confidence levels. Forest Gate lads going with an 8. I know I'm having a mare, Lewis. I'm having a bad 2023. It's a problem. 10, 7, 8. Good to see you, Stu. Hope you're well. I am feeling comfortable. Win 8.75. Love that. C pluses, Dave. I appreciate this change in format. Confusing, but I like it. 8. 7. 9.5. There's 7. 9.5. 6.9. Nice. 10, 8, a warm and sunny 6.9. Nice. Love that, Dan. Love that vibe. You got to respect it. 8.5, 8 plus 8. Thank you. Just taking time out of my busy schedule of standing around. You know what I mean? Big. Respect it. I had a chicken katsu curry. I am full as all hell right now. 7.875. We have 8.5672. We have 8. We have 7, a 6 or a 7. It says Jordan. Like I say, a lot of strong confidence. I know it's bad, and it's. I've been coughing yesterday. It was all kinds of problems. I should have taken paracetamol. It was a bad idea. 7.7654558765433346. Bang! Nailed that first time. Nothing can stop me, John. Nothing can stop me. Navidius, what's your opinion? Should we keep Moyes if we win the Conference League? If not, who's your best replacement for him? I'm sure this will carry on throughout the summer. We'll have lots of videos and lots of conversations on it. My opinion is no, we probably shouldn't. I think we've seen the limitations of it, but hopefully he does win it. And I'm feeling confident with that lineup. Let's look at theirs, which it's the worry here is how much they played well against us last time. And don't get me wrong, I think the result was 50% them playing well and 50% us playing poorly. It certainly wasn't all of them blitzing us or anything else. I think we weren't very good. But you saw the fact that they are capable of creating a lot of chances. And all it takes is a little slight difference, and then all of a sudden those chances get converted to goals, right? So when they had 20 shots or whatever it was, Geo said earlier in the stream, a better team would have converted them. And let's say they do step up a level and we do see, Kuipers and Orban really going for it, Hong making runs from deep and all this sort of stuff. We could be in trouble. And they have got essentially the same lineup. I think one change. We have Royf in goal with Piktowski, Akumbu and Fortuna in defense, with Coombs and Desart in midfield, with Samoa and Castro Montez on either side of Hong, with Kuipers and Orban in attack. Their bench: Nardi, Ojiatofo, Haig, Fofana, Toranginia is how I'm going to say it. I messed it up last time. I've messed it up again now. De Boita, Goder, Tosodali, and Vandali is how I'm going to say it. Or Vandal, maybe. That's the Ghent lineup. It's a strong team. It's probably the same. It's about the same team we had faced last time, and that is a worry for me. So when you talk about my confidence levels, 8.9, nice. Steve, get a haircut. No. 8.5. When we talk about my confidence levels, they are pretty high, but they're not. They're not uncontrollably. They're not out of control. They're probably at a 7. If we had changed our lineup and gone for something a little bit weaker, I would have been concerned. I would have been sat here being nice. I would have been sat here being like, I don't know. I don't know if these people can do it. For example, I know there's been talk about Flynn Downs, for example. Gonzo was just talking about him. If he had started, I would have been concerned. And I know we can get into, we could get into the Thomas Souček conversation. I don't particularly want to, but we could do. But if we do see us step down from the team that did so well against Arsenal, then I would have been a bit concerned. The fact that we've gone with that fills me with a lot of confidence. I can't lie. It does. Not enough to be like flying through the roof, but certainly enough to think that we have a solid chance of getting a win here against Ghent and going through into the semi-finals, which would be awesome. I have to look up what the AZ score is. It was 2-0 last time I checked. 3 points right. Thank you. Yeah, my computer keeps telling me there's high pollen. That's something my computer keeps telling me for some reason. Pops up in the corner every so often. It just goes high pollen, and I'm like, all right, I know. Although I don't think this is a pollen thing. Who knows? You've got an Achilles. Ooh, Leonardo. That sounds horrendous, bro. No, I've never known anyone who did an Achilles outside of sport. You know what I mean? You've worded that perfectly, but also, yeah. Oh, then very confident. Large vibes is coming strongly from Dean. Vibes. Let's move on to Sub Bingo, shall we? Sub Bingo is the game where we predict what David Moyes make his first substitution. You don't have to say who you think it will be, although I'll have the bench running along the bottom of the screen like that, just in case you want to add that little bit of spice. I'm going to go 69 as per usual, and I'm going to say it will be... I actually think it'll be half-time, but I'm going to say 69. I'm going to stick to the bit. And I'm going to say... Souček for Lanzini. That's the vibe I'm going to go. Souček to Lanzini. Is that a thing that's happening? I've heard sort of vaguely about it, but is that a thing that's happening? If so, very exciting. We'll add some tension to the watch along. That definitely won't be necessary regardless, you know? Who knows? Let's scroll up. Give me a second as I'm trying to find. Thank you. It's a problem for us all. It's a problem for us all. In my own head, I sound the most nasally I've ever sounded. I didn't really notice until I put my headphones on and started talking out loud a lot. But all of a sudden, it's an issue. It's an issue. See, Ado, like Play-Doh, so Ado. My guy's back in the beef also. Incredible. Put the pronunciation in the name is very smart. See, you're back in it. You're back. Thank you. I did hear him in the background, but I didn't listen to a word he says. It just is what it is. Thank you, Stu. Thank you. That's what you know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Where you fat? Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Hope you're good. What was I looking for? I was looking for, there are bells, Michael. Good to see you, by the way. I did go and buy bells. I haven't been to the shop in like 2 days because of how ill I've been feeling, but I made sure that straight after the last game, I went and I bought bells. So there are bells available for this game. If we feel like they are necessary, they are here and they're ready to be eaten. I'm trying to look for that's what I know what I'm looking for now. Give me 1 second. We'll get there in a second. Keep putting in your sub bingo predictions. Finn's Football Chat asks, do you think the Arsenal match will affect us in the slightest? I was amused by the chant in the opening 10 minutes from the Arsenal supporters. Are you Tottenham in disguise? Yeah, it did come back to bite them in the backside a little bit, didn't it, Finn? I think it will, but I think it will have a positive effect. We put up a video on the forum channel yesterday, which was clips from the Patreon. And obviously on the Patreon, patreon.com/chat is a thing you should probably check out if you want to. We do a podcast with Anton Ferdinand every week. And Anton was talking about the effect having a win like that and the fans being on side and everything feeling good has on the training ground going forward, and how people can feel in a much different mood and a much better mood and everyone be sort of vibing and going forward, right? For me, I think that's what the Arsenal thing should be. It needs to be a sort of step off. It needs to be the beginning of something, because you know, all we need is a couple of good results between now and the end of the season in the Premier League. 2 good results between now and the end of the Premier League and we stay up. That's fine. And then we need, obviously, this Europa Conference League run to go as far as it can. Getting a win here to continue the form front we saw against Arsenal, again, using basically the exact same players, can give us yet another springboard to get the good result of the weekend against Bournemouth. And then we have a tough running with Liverpool and everything else, right? So that's sort of what I'm looking for. And I do think it should. I hope it will have some effect. Do I think it will? Yes. But that could just be the optimist inside of me talking. However, I am very, not confident, but I am sort of like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it a little bit. And that could just be just because I'm still very happy about the Arsenal result. If I'm being honest, I really got over it. I know it's a while now and it is what it is and it was only a draw. I feel pretty flipping. I'm still buzzing about it. I was talking on the, talking on analytics in the week about it and doing that video last night that I was making for the forum channel that went up this morning and stuff like that. I still just feel the good vibes and I'm hoping tonight will continue those. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty confident it will. But let's have a gander at some of these sub bingos. We've got M. Collingwood 4 nows for Bowen, 45 minutes. Yeah, 45 I think is a very strong shout. And 4 nows I think is a very strong one as well. We have 65th minute as always. Fair, Wally, if we're being honest, fair. Listen, it's been a rough time, Lewis. It's been a rough time. 65 downs for Paqueta. That is Chris. I did my Achilles at a Fat Boy Slim set at Latitude. Chris, there's so much to talk about. So much to talk about. I did my Achilles at a Fat Boy Slim set out. Listen, that sounds painful. Good vibes, but painful times. And I am deeply, I'm sorry, equally stressed as Michael lobbing at the 13 minutes when Rice does his ACL. Stress, although long term might not be able to leave then. So swings and roundabouts. Ben Ramos, 60. James going with a 12. Hopefully 45 minutes when we're 4-0 up with Bama and down to Rice and Antonio. That would be kind of ideal, Jordan. I'm not going to lie. Will it happen? I don't know, but it will be kind of ideal. I think we're seeing live footage, by the way, from the AZ Anderlecht game, which has ended 2-0, which means it's 2-2 on aggregate, which means it is going to extra time, which will happen tonight if we draw. Lord knows, I hope we don't, because I would quite like to rest. But at the same time, it will be going to extra time tonight if it does carry on that far. And then, of course, penalties to see who goes through to the semis against either AZ or Anderlecht, whoever wins that tie. 67 minutes, Antonio fought Mubama. I have not, but it's incredibly unlikely that it's that. But I have not. Is cold? Is sniffling? I don't know. I don't need to get into the symptoms of it. But yeah, same. I got it with training my university football team. We were doing fitness, and while cutting onto the field, I heard a loud snap that my teammates. Oh my Leonardo! My goodness me! Bloody hell! I've never broken a bone. I've had my fair share of hospital visits, but I've never broken a bone or anything. That sounds horrendous. Leonardo, get well soon, my friend. Get well, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry that you're stuck on your sofa watching this of all things. Bad times indeed. But I hope you get well soon, bro. Flipping heck. 60. I'm not sorry. It's not 26 minutes because of injury to Emerson. Stress. 60 minutes. Mubama for Antonio. Yeah, very. Just Gonzo. Just making a joke about deciphering, when also not being able to say that's not his name. Not being able to decipher what his actual name is was a vibe that happened. 63 minutes Mubama for Antonio when we go 3-0 up. I would take that. There's a lot of confidence about going far into the lead, and I'll be honest with you. Yes, that's the kind bold. Monty, I don't think it's suit you, but bold. I try to remember. I will try it every time I see your name, Ado, to get it into my head. Because Lord knows I'm still saying Suchek and Sufal and Sofal and Sochek. I don't know which way around it is anymore. I've completely forgotten. But yeah, a lot of confidence, and I'm here for it. Listen, tell Clips that maybe I can take that role. I can take that role. What'd you get with it? It's big. What'd you get with it? I need to know the details, Dean. You can't just dang. I need the more details. I need the big details. But yeah, I can't lie. I'm sort of vibing the confidence levels today. I'm enjoying it. It's quite nice. Don't get me wrong. Not that the Arsenal build-up show wasn't nice, because I think it's always nice. And as Stu asked a couple of weeks ago about the idea of like what the watch-alongs like, seems to be so bad and all this other sort of stuff. And I'm like, well, actually, doing these has made this season a lot more bearable, because if I wasn't doing these, then I would probably be in a much worse state of mind going into these sort of matches, where we can at least enjoy it or deal with it together. Maybe not enjoy it's the right way, but we deal with it together. When we are awful, we can all sort of let it rip together and everything else, right? So it's probably been a hell of a lot easier to do these while we've been bad than it would be without them, right? But I can't act like it's not a lot nicer when we're all just like, yeah, we're going to walk up, we're going to smack them back. Do I believe that? Not entirely. I think we're going to do well. I think we're going to insert ourselves upon this game, and that's sort of what we have to do. We have to be able to... We can't leave it like we did last time against them, right? We can't act like it. We can't leave it up to chance like we did a little bit there. We have to show the performance levels we did against Arsenal. We have to go at them, and we have to make it work, because the sooner we do, the better it is for the Bournemouth game, the better it is for confidence levels, the better it is in every single way so possible. Because again, ideally, we want to get those goals early and then make subs at half time, get some people off that we can rest ahead of the Bournemouth game, because again, that's a massive game. If we can get a result there, then all of a sudden our season is we can look forward to the end of our season, as opposed to absolutely dreading it going down to the final game or whatever. So yeah, hopefully we're there, but we are at the point now where we've been going for an hour. We've discussed both teams. We've discussed the West Ham lineup. We've discussed the bench. We've discussed Gent's team. We've discussed their bench. We've discussed sub bingo. We've discussed it all from every possible angle. There's even been some betting involved in Geo Gonzo. At this stage, there's only one more thing to do, and that is to ask for your score predictions. Let's lock those bad boys in. No more tossing and turning, no more switching and flipping and everything else. We are going for it now. Now's the time to make the decisions. Let's lock those bad boys in. Lob your score predictions in chat. Let's get this final ones 5 minutes before kickoff. It is, of course, day on BT Sport 2 in the United Kingdom, which I am watching it actually properly on. What a time to be alive. I actually have BT Sport. It has the wrestling as well. It makes life quite easy in that sense, right? But if you are looking for a way to watch the game, maybe you don't have BT Sport, maybe you're in another country, you can't see it, there are definitely ways you can do it. If you scroll down into the link in the description below, there's a bit there called Join Our Discord. Click on that. There's a lovely Hammers Chat West Ham community. Fans of all clubs welcome, but more importantly, on the left-hand side, there's a bit called Stream Links in which you will find what you're looking for. Exciting times. But I am watching at home. Danny's with me today. He's come over from North Idaho. You love to see it. Neil, good to see you. Have a good evening, whatever time you're on. Thank you very much, Neil and Vicky. Very kind of you. Hope you both enjoyed the match. Hopefully, big win and whatever else you're doing this evening. But thank you very much. Very kind of you to say, my friend. Very kind. And where was the other one? I saw Titch. I saw your name pop up in the chat. I think you did a score prediction. I'm trying to find it so I can shout you out. Shout out Titch. My boy's here, and I'm back in the beef. Subscribe to Hammers Fans United if you haven't already. Anyway, let's look at some of these. I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be a card fest. Potentially. That's not a bad shout, if we're being honest. That's not a bad shout. Right, let's look at some of these score predictions. 3-1 West Ham, 2-0, 3-1, 3-0, 6-9 West Ham, P-Gads. Trying to fit it in, and I respect the inversion. The inversion. I don't know what I'm doing. Dave with the 3-1. Thank you very much, Dave. 5-1, 3-0. There you are. 2-1. Shout out Titch. 2-1 West Ham. 3-0. Bells are available, David. I will respect that once more. There are fresh bells in the fridge. 3-2 to the Hammers. 3-1 says my trustworthy friend Judas. 3-1 in the 90 says Leonardo. We have 2-1, 3-0. Let's make an effing statement, says Lewis. 2-0 Suspensey. 2-1 says Maya Titan Parish. 2-0 to the Irons. We need to play with Areola to get a semi, says Major. I struggled with that so badly. I apologize. I've butchered it, Major. I apologize deeply. I tried. Lose on Penos. 1-1 says Tip Stress. 3-1 says West Ham. David's going with 4-2. 3-1 to the Irons. Huge. I've never had curry sauce with chips. I'm not against it, but I've never had it. But absolutely massive, Dean. And I respect it immensely. 3-1, 3-1, 2-0, 3-1, 3-1, 4-1, 2-0, 2-0, 1-1. 3-1, 4-1, 4-3, 3-1. Paramount Plus in the US. There you go. Ado's bringing the knowledge. God, mate, all the boys are here. Budgie's here as well. Again, Green Street Elise. If you haven't already, subscribe. Budge, how are you, my friend? I hope you're well. It's going to be 3-0 Hammers. Let's bloody go. 2-0, 2-0, 2-2. Win on penalties. Areola catches shot. Stress, but a win, and we take that. Do a big win. 5-1. I'm liking a lot of confidence. I think there's only been two non-wins, and even then, one of those was win on penalties. The other one was a loss on penalties. So pretty confidence. I'm having a big start to cloud. It's a double DeVito situation. It's a double D dream over here. You know what I mean? Well, quadruple, I guess, because there's Danny DeVito. So it's a double D dream. We're having a grand old time. Do let them give him a little time. 5 minutes, give or take, from kickoff, of course, as well. If you have used VPN, use ad block. Always a thing when you should do things like that. But yeah, I can't remember as well if I said it. Dave, thank you very much. The like button needs a scratch. Thank you very much, first of all, for the £2 into full-time fund. That's very kind of you. I should put both your names in the thing. And also, as he says, hit the like button. Do you know what I mean? Do you know, look, we're here. We do it every single time. I'm ill, and yet we're still here. No stressing. We're making it happen. We're the only West Ham fan channel who last year did a watch along every single game without fail. And this season, look how ill I am right now. Look at it. I've got where is it? I've got a massive spot on my nose. I've had a bad couple of days. Yesterday, I was here shivering and sweating at the same time. It was an absolute nightmare. And yet we're still here, ladies and gentlemen. So hit the like button, subscribe, and make sure to hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future content. We're already flying past the 300 goal that we usually set. So I'll be honest with you. it's good times. We're playing with house money. Let's see how high we can get, because it's been one of those seasons where, you know, it's been a tough one. Let's get the vibes going. Let's get twerk at 2K likes says no Michael again. No. I don't feel like I can physically do it. Although I appreciate you asking. I mean, could I physically do it? Yes, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Remember, I have a timer in the top corner because I'll be slightly behind you, because for some reason when you watch properly on the BT Sport website, it's still like a minute behind, and I don't understand why. We should have the technology to solve that at this point, but they don't use it. So I will be ever so slightly behind you, probably, if you're watching on television. So there is a timer up here to say exactly how far behind you I am. But West Ham United, and you should always hit the like button, Sean. 2 + 2 = 4. Am I wrong? Good. Appreciate it, Budge. Appreciate you being here. It's good to see you, bro. Good to see you. We haven't spoken properly in a while. So good to speak to you. I was going to say to Frank, we should all do a big thing on random before it goes away, but I suspect we'll have a long conversation then. But I hope you're well, bro. Anyway, kickoff is just a few moments away on my screen, which means now is the final time. Actually, there was a poll. I put up a poll right as the last one said, what will the result be today? West Ham win, draw, or Ghent win? Unsurprisingly, just to back up those confidence levels we were talking about, 3% said a Ghent win, 4% said a draw, and 92% said a West Ham win. Huge amount of confidence today. Huge amount of confidence. My colour going absolutely. Can you expose me less? No, let's just expose them. I'm going to be okay. Well, anyway, we move. Ladies and gentlemen, it's West Ham United versus Ghent in the Europa Conference League. It's big. It's the quarterfinals. Whoever wins this goes through, of course, into the semi-finals against whoever wins in extra time between AZ and Anderlecht, which is going on as we speak. We'll know who's going through from that probably by about half time, we suspect, if not slightly before then. And then all it takes is us to get the win. A huge result here could be massive for our season, not just for added European bants, but also for the momentum and form going into Premier League. West Ham to kick off. Paqueta, the one to take it. West Ham shooting from right to left, Ghent from left to right. It's big. It's the Europa Conference League quarter-finals. It's time to run 2 things. Deploy the boys. Come on, you Irons. Paqueta to kick off momentarily. There we go. Come on, you Irons. Let's go. Let's go. It's happening. It's happening. 1-1. Finn, I answered it earlier. I don't know if you saw, but I think it will. I think it will be a positive, Finn. I reckon it will be a positive. Instantly stepping forward, West Ham. Good tackle from Declan Rice. Now Benrahma can go instantaneously, finds Mikel Antonio. Oh, nice turn. Lays it off to Jared Bowen. This is nice. Early doors. Shoots. There's a lot of people ahead of him. Antonio to Paqueta, looking to try and flick it back across. Can't quite make it. Emerson takes the ball forward. A bit concerned about the way Mikel Antonio was standing for a second there. He seems to be moving okay. Emerson goes down, no foul, says the referee, and now Ghent can counter-attack. This is one of the things we have to be careful. The difference between Arsenal and Ghent play similarly to us. They're going to want to hit people on the counter-attack. They're going to want to do basically what we do. Keep it tight, force us out wide for the crossing, which is not something we want to be doing, realistically. But it could be, nice pass from Thomas Souček into the path of Benrahma. He's flying forward here. Antonio's there. He tries to just slot him through, but I'm here for it. That's the big difference. Whereas Arsenal want to control the game and step on us and really, really put their step on it, really put their name on it, everything, their stamp on it. Again, are a complete opposite. They're not going to want to control the game like that. They are sort of like us. They do want to step off. They do want to compress themselves, be very tight at the back, force you out wide to cross the ball in where their big boys can header it away and move forward. Right? That's what they're going to do. And so it's going to be a different vibe for us, but that sort of thing we did against Arsenal, where we did take it to them, especially in that second half, the first sort of 20 minutes of that second half. That's kind of where I want us to be. That's where I want us to be making Souček charging it down close. That's where we need to be making a difference in this. It's going to be difficult to play through the middle, which is what we wanted, which is basically what we're going to want to do a little bit. So, That's potentially why Thomas Suchek could start today and why a big thing could be him starting. Because if they are going to force us out wide, those late Thomas Suchek runs with a header in the box could potentially be a big thing. Nicely done by Emerson to find Paqueta. Out wide to Jared Bowen, a little bit of an awkward first touch, but again, we're on top of it instantaneously. There it is. Whoever told me to stop saying it last time, I apologize. Soufal wins a throw-in. Crowd are very behind it. Very, very behind it. It's a good start, a really good start. We're just instantly on top of them. Instantly is different than instantaneously. I'm going to be really self-conscious about that, though. Big throw into the box. Zuma gets the header on. Antonio's there. Little nod on. It's going to be a foul anyway. Free kick to Gent inside their area for a little shove from Mikel Antonio. I'm all right. I feel like crap, but like the vibes are there, bro. The vibes are there. I hope you're well. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Toners podcast. Come on now. My man's out here doing my kind of stuff, doing my kind of bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? Superstar saying we're going to get battered. No joke. Finn's going with a 3-1. Ben Johnson obviously foul 45 minutes. I'm glad we're seeing Soufal's resurgence. Oh, nicely done between Paqueta and Ben Rama, who plays the through ball to Antonio almost works. It was really nice. I tell you what, Antonio's now hobbling, which is not great. Just a little clip of the ankles. The ball as the ball gets played through to Antonio. I tell you what, we're looking for those Antonio through balls a lot today, which is good. Akumu there, who I think just maybe a little clip. Looking at the replay again, yeah, just the tiniest clip there. It was didn't look fun. Not too bad, thankfully. He seems to be moving again, but I am flued up, man. I am very flued up. Don't know why, don't know how, but it doesn't seem to go away. I have been for basically all of 2023, but now I'm just, it's full force. Oh, I'm liking this. This is a really bright start. This is the first opportunity Gent have really had. They work their way down to the right-hand side, looking to try and cross it in. Emerson gets the block nicely. Paqueta, nice reverse pass into Ben Rama and out wide. Come on to Bowen. That's really good play. And Antonio again on that last man, just trying to push them back, finding that space. Ball out to Soufal was a little bit lackluster, but we continue with the ball and we're going to get a throw in. Really, really bright start. I like how direct we're being with it as well. There's not a lot of hanging around. Once we get the ball, we're looking to play direct, but on the floor. Short passing, but going for it. Lots of tempo to it, right? And we're seeing some cute passing as well. It's not just straight lines or simple stuff. We're seeing what you would hope to see from people like Ben Rama and Paqueta, able to get in there and sort of play the ball around nicely. Even Thomas Suchek just hit a really nice through ball. Do you know what I mean? It's a vibe so far. It's a vibe. Ritesh, good to see you, bro. Hope you well. That's what I'm doing. And we're taking it to him. We're taking it to him, and feeling like we're massive again. Bit early to say that, but we're here. We're here. There are bells, Kelsey. There are bells. Although having one would probably be a bad idea for me at the moment. But there are bells. Bells are 100% available. Antonio. The ball through to Ben Rama was a nice idea, but can't quite reach it. Do you know what? I'm really liking this. Just like obsession with through balls we seem to have right now. We are, every time we get the ball, quick, direct, short on the floor passing. And then when we see an opportunity to find a run in behind from Antonio or Ben Rama, we're going for it instantaneously. I said it again. They go for it quickly. You go for it without any hesitation. You go for it without a second's thought. I can't think of any more synonyms off the top of my head. A little bit awkward there. Paqueta just shoved someone there completely. Again, on the ball, just outside the West Ham area. This is a good opportunity for them again. They've got the numbers. But Declan Rice. Good tackle. Nice quick feet around it. A little bit of an awkward pass from Ben Rama. Again, the idea was good. The pass didn't quite play off. And Jarabo comes in. I've said this before, but I really like the sort of left-hand, right-side thing we've got, the left hand and the right-hand side we've got going on right now, where you have a look down the left-hand side and you've got Emerson, you've got Paquetá, you've got Ben Rama all sort of together. Close control, neat, nice passing, good feet. You know, you like that sort of bit of it. And then on the right-hand side, you have Sufal, you have Souček, you have Bowen. Good work rate. I like that. I like that about us, you know. Out wide to the right-hand side for Gent, looking to try and get into a good crossing position. Oh, and it is in a Boban. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's the first sign of danger that Gent have really managed to create there. Ball played, trying to work their way down the right-hand side. Ball's playing back to Sven Kuhns, who just outside the area puts in a nice curved ball. And Oban and Kuiper's both there. Neither of them can get anything on it, and it's gone very wide, thankfully. Flipping heck. First warning sign there. Like I say, you know, we liked, I think I bring this up every single game, I appreciate, but we do often, I think, don't maybe pay enough respect to our oppositions in the Europa Conference League. We didn't do it in the Europa League either, but especially in the Europa Conference League, it's been rife. This is the first real sign that we're not going to have it all our own way, and they are dangerous, and we do need to pay attention, because that realistically was a really good chance and potentially could have done us in. Hi, how are you? We're back and we're ready for it all over again. Good to see you, Mr. Pardew. Hope you're well. I forgot to put people's names in the thing. I shall do that now. But a bright start. Gent slowly working their way into the game. And now we see how we respond and how we're going to deal with this long term, how we're going to play long term. Because again, we've had performances where we started well, and you know, if we get a goal in that period, then that's a perfect situation. Because as we all say, we're really good when it comes to defending leads. That's one of our best attributes, just because of how good we are defensively. We can just we feel very comfortable just sitting deep and stopping them from doing anything, right? But now we see how we're going to be, you know, now that period's gone, Gent are getting a little bit into the game. They're finding a little bit more space, a little bit more joy. And at this is the point where we have to be like, right, how do we respond? How do we respond? What does the rest of this game look like? Foul. West Ham win a free kick against Hong in the middle of the park. Emerson's the one who goes down. Both fine. Who are they facing? I kept seeing a picture of Ten Hag today, and I didn't bother. I can't remember who they're facing. It's just not, information's just not sunk into my brain at all. You hate to see it. You love to see it. You hate to see it. You know, it depends how you're vibing, but big result for the Rangers. Let's go. Sevilla. Thank you. Oh, yeah, of course they are. Yes. Sorry, I'm having a mare. Yes, of course they are. That makes perfect sense, though. Oh. Listen, Richard, ultimately, this is the thing. I would usually say that cup matches are just about results. And although I am a big performance person, and I think performances are more important than results, usually cup matches are just about results. And listen, if we got a smash and grab 1-0 win here, I'm not going to complain too much. But I'm hoping that we can have a little bit more about us. But if we did that, I wouldn't necessarily complain too much. I don't know, Ian. Is the stadium full? I've been trying to sort of look at the top bits. Well, Ben Rama, not a bad cross. No, it's not a great crossing, actually. It floats over everyone, but an idea. It's weird. I think the exact same thing, James. He does just seem better at crossing with his left foot despite being right-footed. It makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to look around the top. I would suspect not. I haven't really looked up on how much tickets have been sold and everything else. Last time I heard they hadn't sold out by any stretch of imagination, but I haven't seen any shots of the top tier yet. Bottom tier seems full. Don't know about the top tier at all. Poor challenge on Thomas Souček there. West Ham with a free kick from Castro. Is it Mendes? Montez. And then just a big hoof up the field for Antonio. Completely misses, and it's going to be a throw-in again. Waste. Good idea, but a waste. Oh, Kelsey, Jesus Christ. If you had the choice to win this cup or stay up, what would you pick? Kelsey. What would I pick? That's a tough question. I'd probably pick the cup. Antonio wins a free kick off of Kumu. I'd probably pick a cup. It's difficult to say though. Part of me also wants to stay up just because that means we're more likely to be sold. Because obviously the sell clause is coming. And I am of the belief that they will sell. I don't think it'll happen this summer, but will sell the club. And I think that realistically, we're more likely to be sold if we're still in the Premier League because it will be more money on the table. If we go down, then I think it's less likely. But I can't act like I don't want to win a cup. Love that, Stevie. That's Austin 316 says West Ham are coming for you. So yeah, I wouldn't say cut, but everyone says stay up. I can't disrespect it. I can't say you're wrong because I don't think you are. Stay up. We'll do both. Love that vibe. Whipped in. Zuma from the header can't quite make it work. Over. Decent free kick in. Zuma can't quite keep it down. He was always sort of a bit too underneath it. It sort of ends up coming back towards him. He would have had to do a lot from there, to be fair, but you know. I'd pick both because we're better than the Championship. Well, yeah. Has to be the cut after not winning for a sweet FA for 43 years, says Josh. Stay up. Like I say, I can't. Anyone who's saying stay up, I can't say you're wrong at all. I can't. I think you're probably right. I don't know. I think it's just one of those things. Extra time in other leg. Yeah. They went into 2-2, right? Be intrigued to see that. If Anderlecht get through that, I mean, that would be ideal. Ideal situation is we win this game, Anderlecht win theirs, we go through because we know we can beat Anderlecht, and Anderlecht, although doing well, are not as good a team as AZ. I think AZ are a much scarier prospect to me. So actually, if Anderlecht can get through, all of a sudden, I'm feeling pretty good about our chances if we can get past Gent, obviously. Never a given. Yeah, he's had a couple touches, played a nice through ball in the early stages. Apart from that, not really much going on for him. But again, I don't blame him. I know everyone else hates him. I don't blame him. People are like, he barely does anything. Yeah, because would you want him to do anything? Sorry, do you want to play the ball through Thomas Souček? I don't think you do. Areola, throw to Emerson was nice, but a little bit under pressure. It's not worked out at all. Thankfully, Orban's awkward touch on Benrahma, a little bit dodgy. There is Souček, completes a pass. See? I was right all along. That was a joke. That was me being an idiot. Please ignore me. Charaboan down the right-hand side. Taken out by Castro. Good challenge, says the ref. They can play it forward. It's nicely played. But again, I'll tell you what, it's really nicely played. Oh. And if Hong continued the run, he would have got at the end of that. That was such nice play from Gent. Beautiful link-up play between them all. We can only dream of seeing something like that. Thankfully, it doesn't quite happen. Good interception from Zuma. Henry, good to see you. I'm all right. Bit ill, but what can you do? What's new? Just trying to I hope we secure it. Listen, so far, opening 8 minutes, great. Fantastic stuff. Since then, Gent have been on top. Let me see. How many shots have we actually had? It doesn't feel like we've had many. Well, we've had 3. They've had 1. Okay. Fair enough. Get about 53% possession. Yeah, that seems about right. That seems about right. Yeah, it's just about breaking the opposition down. We've always struggled with teams who play like us, who try to break, who sit deep, and that's what Gent ultimately want to do. They want to sit deep and break. So, yeah, I feel like that's why I wanted us to sort of carry on with how we were doing the opening 8. There's been Gert's gone down there. Yeah, yellow card for Gift or Ban. Him and Paquetá just having a little conversation between themselves. Gift Orban picks up the yellow for a straight arm on again. Moyes was very angry about it. They both rise up. It's a yellow. I don't think it's anything more than that. It's 5 years for that. It's GBH. Get him up the Crown Court now. Dangerous. Lunatic behaviour. Nah, it's fine. It's just a yellow for me. Nothing more. Nothing more. But yeah, we've always struggled against teams who want us to break them down because we just don't have that in our locker. And that is very much a team Gent are. And equally, like I say, it's not really in our locker to... I don't know, as much as we do like to cross the ball, we want to cross the ball against teams who aren't ready for it. We don't want to cross the ball when teams are ready for it. And I don't know. Gent aren't an ideal draw stylistically, and that's how the this first game played out. We're looking a lot more on it in this game, although, like I say, clash of heads between Foul and one of the Gent players. But yeah, after that, it is what it is. You know, I think now it's like I say, now we're settled into the game and Gent are more in control of it than we are. They're gaining more possession. They're trying to do some things with it. It's about how we respond to that. And we'll see. We'll see. Starting to that sort of vibey first 10 minutes is sort of disappearing a little bit. Ben Rama and David Moyes having a frank discussion while the two people I think Stu Fowler, and I'm not sure who the game players were who clashed heads, received some treatment. I did. He hit him with a zigzag, just out of just insane behavior. I hadn't heard of anything. I hadn't heard of him doing anything while he's been over there at all, really thinking about it in any way, shape, or form, until that exact moment. I looked it up. He's still scoring a goal a game or whatever it is. But yeah, no, I did see that. Jumps up, grabs him in the neck, and sort of rides him for a second before yanking him all the way back. It's very much on the beach behavior, you know. It's not something you do when you're like, I need to win this like desperately, because you just wouldn't be so insane. But I did see that. Wild boar sausages. Philip, I don't even know what those are. I mean, they're sausages, I assume, made from wild boar, but I respect it. I respect it. Yeah, I know. I don't want it to happen either. But if it goes to extra time, as long as we go through, that's fine. That's all I want. But at the same time, please don't go to extra time. I can't be asked. By the way, right. I received a message, right? While everyone's down, I just want to say this quickly. Because I received a message on Twitter last week or something, right? It was from a band called Risky and the Ridicule. And I think it's I want to say he's their drummer. Matt, if you see this, I apologize. Who says he watches the watch-alongs. So I just wanted to say, Matt, if you're watching this, shout out. Their new single, My Name, slaps. If you're into like punk and like rock, that kind of vibe, or grime kind of stuff, check it out. They're good. Risky and the Ridicule. Matt, if you see this, they're on tour in Germany at the moment, so you might not see this. Matt, if you see this, he goes to me, I always watch watch-alongs, and I was like, that's very kind of you to say. And I started looking up the music, and I really liked it. So shout out, Matt. Big ups if you see this. I've been meaning to say that since last time, and I just completely forget. So I just thought, now's the time. Now's the time when nothing's happening. We're back underway now. Both players coming back onto the pitch. It's gone to pens. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. I mean, like I say, hopefully Anderlecht go through. Hopefully Anderlecht will go through. This is good intel. Thank you very much, Stu. I did not know that. Also kind of stressed, but that makes more sense. I'll need to check my schedule. Thank you for that. That's actually good intel. They look digital account. They do. They do. They do. Again, that's something we need to be aware of. Oh, yes, Matt. Let's go. I assume you're the Matt. If you are, my G, my name bangs. The amount of times I walk around the house, Matt, if that is you, and if it's not, I'm just telling everyone now, but who cares? The amount of times I'm walking around the house, and I just find myself going, you better watch your map. Like, it comes into my head so often. Big ups. Massive shout out to Matt. I thought I've been trying to remember to do it, and then I was just remember while it was down. I just thought that was the time to do it. But Risky in the Ridicule, check them out. Check them out. Highly recommend from your boy. Like I say, my name's the name of the song. There's something about this. There's just enough things that are worrying about this game. Although Mikel Antonio does well there, starts charging forward, down the right, going down the center, looking to try and flick it onto the right, can't quite make it work. I tell you what, well played. Mikel is. I spoke about this with Jack on Hamalytics, and it was. No, we didn't end up including it, but I spoke about this with Jack on Hamalytics on the Patreon. But Mikel Antonio just having a mini revival against Arsenal looked exactly like he did. And he's going to be huge in this. He's going to be huge in this. It's basically make or break is how your striker plays in this system. And Mikel Antonio is looking up for it again today, which is good to see. Paquetá does well to find out to Ben Rama. This is a good opportunity down the left-hand side. Tries to flick the through ball. It was a nice idea, but Ukumi does well to just cut that one out. It was a little bit too far ahead of him. And I tell you what, Gent with a nice two flick onto there, and Soufal just sort of punts it away. My G. I'm being serious when I say how sick that song is. And like I said, I've been listening to a lot of the other songs and they all bang as well. And I told you this, but my girlfriend likes that one specifically. But yeah, honestly, I find myself sick. You all of the time. It's mad. It's gonna happen at some point, right? It's bound to happen at some point. It's bound to. All Kuipers. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 Gent. No. It's 1-0 to Gent. I said there was warnings like that cross when there was two of them in the area, and if either of them really got a proper touch on it, you could have said that was going to go in. That was the warning sign, and then Gent come forward there and just stretched, just people all over the shop, nowhere even close, and somehow it dribbles to Kuipers. Let's look at the replay again. Oh, it's bad pass from Paquetá. He's the one who charges back to try and stop it. Oh, there's so many different times that should be cut out and stopped. So many different times. And then Orban plays it through to whoever that is who has about all of the space in the world. And then that's played back across the box. To be honest, I think it's a shot that's mishit. And Kuipers is just standing in the middle and can just slot it home. And Agard can't stop it with his arm. Agard can only stop it with his arm. He tries to reach out. It hits him off the chest and it's in. It's 1-0. That's so annoying. There's so many. That's such a poor goal to concede. There's so many different times where that should have been cut out. Like, don't get me wrong. It should have been cut out like 3 or 4 separate times. Paquetá shouldn't have passed. Paquetá, first of all, poor pass. Then you have the ball comes across. He's trying to win it back. Declan Rice is just sort of jogging along, not really getting involved. I don't know what he's doing there. Then the ball comes across to the left hand, to the right hand side, our left. There's a guy who's got no one marking and no one even close. Then the ball gets played back across. Of course, it's a shot, I think, but it deflects off. And then Kuipers is in all amount of space. There's like 3 or 4 times where that should have not gone in. There's like 3 or 4 different things that have gone just terrible defending that should have stopped that, including, if you want to include it, the pass, which is a terrible pass, which shouldn't have happened either. Just bad football. Just bad football. 1-0 to Gent. So annoying. So annoying. 1-0. Anyway, time to reset. Everson on the ball finds Ben Rama out on the left-hand side. Nice 1-2 there. Ben Rama runs into about 3 different people. That's fine. Ball gets played to Rice, who goes for the spectacular through ball. It was a nice idea. It doesn't quite work out. Paquetá and Antonio just getting in each other's way there. Now Gent can come away with the ball. Jeezy peeps, man. Yes, James. Jeezy peeps. And now they can come forward again. Again, looking for Orban. Good tackle from Aged. Thankfully, there was an offside flag, but flipping heck. Flipping heck. We are so open. We are overcommit. Their counter attack is so fast, and we are so open. Not really sure the offside wasn't that. I'm not going to lie, but they've come flying forward there, and again, they're just lightning quick. We are struggling massively with that. That's how that first opportunity, the one I said was a warning sign, was. That's how their goal comes, just going quickly. We need to pay attention to this because we are committing players, and they are very happy with that idea. Listen, if the people call for it, the people call for it, you know. One of their players is down as West Ham try to continue to play. Akumu, the centre back, he's down holding his stomach, it looks like. I don't know. He falls awkwardly after trying to win a header off the top of Big Antonio. I think he's going to be fine. Need to switch on. Need to pay a bit more attention. This game is far, far from taken away from us. We saw in the early stages, we went for it. It's just individual, just completely switching off. The pass from Paquetá is awful. And then, like I said, there's 3 or 4 different times where that should be stopped. Why? Where is Kurt Zuma in that? Oh my God, the more you see it, the worse it is. The more you see it, the worse it is. That's one of the... That defending for that entire goal, starting from obviously the bad pass forward, bad pass backwards, however you want to say it, just some of the worst defending you're ever going to see. Paquetá misplaces the pass, then he charges after it, fair play. Declan Rice is just jogging. He doesn't get anywhere near anyone. At no point to get anywhere near anyone. Ball comes across to the left-hand side. No one even gets clear to it. And when it comes back across, I like... Again, it's like covering, so he's trying on the line, trying to block it. I looked at Kurt Zuma. He was next to Declan Rice. Where are you, bro? Unbelievably bad defending. Like, proper awful. Free kick to West Ham on the touchline on the right-hand side. Just, my lord. Listen, Johnny, if enough people call for it, mate. If enough people call for it, then we'll go for it. But the only person I've seen call for it so far is you, I think. Might be too early for it. Who knows? Who knows, Johnny? Once we get, it's the way it works. It's democracy around here. Once I've seen 3 separate people calling for it, then I call for the poll. Then if the poll passes after 90 seconds, then we initiate Bell protocol. You know, it's democracy. It's the way it works. We have a system. If enough people call for it, we'll go for it. Yeah. Big ball looking for Antonio. Can't quite find it. Akumi does well, but Antonio's battles away. Slight shouts for handball. Linesman in a good position to see it. Doesn't claim anything. Ball whipped in. Again, that's where I'm saying the cross is a bit pointless there. Ball gets crossed in. It was towards Ben Rama, of all people. He was never going to win the header, and it doesn't come to a point where he's going to get a header regardless. So Play forward. Zuma finds Jared Bowen. Nicely done. See foul, collects it. He's going to cross it in. Looking towards this. Antonio does get his head onto it. He can't get any sort of direction at all. Then Rama back to Emerson. Then Rama does really well to find Emerson. This is a great position. Oh, he takes a shot, and I tell you what, it's forced to save. I don't think he needed to, if I'm being honest. I think there was opportunities there, and I don't think he needed to take the save either. I think it was going wide, but Emerson out of nowhere hits it. Again, smart play, and nicely done to find that little bit of space inside. You're not wrong, Draconian. Look, you have to have rules and regulations for this sort of stuff. Whipped in by Ben Rama. Bad cross, easily cleared away. Again, look how many people Ghent have fought. Ghent are so good on the counter-attack, man. Ghent are so good on the counter-attack. Did AZ win the pens? Is the penalty shootout finished? Did AZ win? If so, stress. Declan Rice coming forward with the ball on the right-hand touchline, lays it back. Receives it once again, tries to play a crossfield pass for Ben Rama. Oh, good ball and a great piece of control. He's got Emerson on the inside of him. His crossing with his weak foot, man, is so bad. AZ1, okay. Ben Rama there just tries to flick it towards the back post, and Bowen's approaching late, but it's just not happening. This is where I feel like this is the sort of confidence levels where they're not sort of fit and firing on all cylinders and people aren't going wild, right? Confidence levels are obviously low. And since the game has sort of gone a little bit awry from us, there is a sort of general vibe of like, there needs to be sort of, the levels need to be raised again. And that sort of crossing isn't going to help it, you know? He's won 4-1 on penalties. Bloody hell. It's a shame because Anderlecht in the semis would have been beautiful. I mean, we obviously have to get through Ghent, but Anderlecht would have been beautiful. Yeah, we just get to face another team, another different team. You know, that's the vibe we're going with here. Ball looking for Hong. Good defending there from Gerd. It's crazy, isn't it? It's genuinely crazy, James. I can't imagine it. Bell time. There you go. There's another second bell. Good to see you, Logan, by the way. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hope you and the family are good, my bro. Yeah, I've just got confirmation on my screen of the AZ Anderlecht result. 4-1 on pens. Matt Ryan playing for AZ. Is that where he is? I just heard Matt Ryan. Is it, unless it's a different Matt Ryan. Is that where Matt Ryan is? Fair play. Fair play. Souček, Ben Rama. Looking to try and spin it. Souček cleans up the mess out wide to Soufal, and now they can move forward. This is a good opportunity. Oh, they're so quick. Ghent are good, man. Ghent are good. Whipped forwards. Handball. Handball wins a handball. Well, it's basically a corner. It's a free kick in the corner quadrant, but it's basically a corner. Yeah, easy handball there. Easy handball on that one. I don't know what our set piece is going to be like because Ghent are very big as well. But again, did I say anything particular? I don't know what I said, but fair enough. I think they're beating us quite comfortably as well. I don't know what I said, but fair enough, Stevie. Good. I'm glad, bro. I'm glad. Good to see you. A two spanners favourite, Logan. They're whipped in. Oh, let's go. It's Mikel Antonio. 1-1. Yes. Yes. A header as well. You love to see it. Well, there you go. For set pieces, apparently we're great again. That answers the question I asked about 30 seconds ago. I've been concerned about, all right, the way we play just doesn't suit Ghent, right? Because they want us to do that. They want us to go wide across it because they just got a load of massive men. Whipped in from Jared Bowen. Antonio's on side. He just battles for it. He's being dragged around. He just refuses to leave that spot to the near post. Something that never really works for us. And he just, to be fair, it misses the man on the post ahead of him. There's someone just ahead of him. I think it's Paquetá goes for the header ahead of him. It just misses him. And thank Christ it does, because it just bullets off of Mikel Antonio's head in. 1-1, reset. We take that. We take that. Mikel Antonio, big. Yes. Mate, let's flipping go. Right. Now we go again. We need to, again, now we know their dangers. Just pay attention. We've managed to wiggle our way back into this game. Now we know their dangers. Pay attention, because they are lightning on the counter-attack. They are so good at it. So as long as we just remain sort of defensively awake, which apparently we aren't today, because Jesus Christ, our defending's been a bit all over the shop. Agaird's the only one who I think's been coming out with any real aplomb from a defensive standpoint. I think Emerson's having a good game going forward. I think Soufal's having a good game going forward, but defensively, I don't know. I'm not really paying too much attention to them, I guess. For Zuma for their goal, I'm just whatever. We just need to pay attention to that, and we can go forward and get into this. Now we've managed to wiggle our way back into this. We move. Again, awkward pass. There we go. The pressure begins. Desart there, who I think has been, to be fair, over the 2 legs, I've been pretty impressed with Desart, to be fair, but awful pass there. Instantly, we've been a throw in. Keep that vibe going. The stadium is back loud again. You love to see it. Looking to try and battle his way forward. Mikel Antonio can't quite get there. Gives away a free kick. They tried to take it relatively quickly again, but Declan Rice is something's wrong. Not sure what, but something is. I would assume his contact lens has come out. I assume that's what's happened. He's pointing to his eye. I assume it's a contact lens issue. He should wear the Edgar Davids glasses. You know, let's bring the vibe back. Get the Edgar Davids glasses on. Or if you're in YouTube's modern world, the Danny Aaron's glasses, I guess. But, you know, get him back on. Vibes. He seems to be fine now. Again, just a little bit lackadaisical. Again, does well. Good work again there. Orban was flying forward, trying to win onto that. Again, does really well there. Nicely done. Nicely done. Match from Rice with glasses. I think, listen, bring him back. Reload the thing, you know. I am big into this Ghent manager. One, he's clearly set up a team very well. He knows what he's doing. Secondly, and I know I said this last time, I'm bringing it up again. He looks like a baker. And I'm okay with that. He looks like a man who would love a Yorkshire pudding. And as a fellow Yorkshire pudding lover, I respect it. But I'm just saying, I could see him in a bakery cooking up a mean rye. You know? A big tiger loaf. And that's the kind of vibe I'm looking for in my manager. Someone who said, who should replace David Moyes? Yes, that. Loves a crusty loaf. He loves it. He loves it, you know. The ones sort of like, you know, fresh, you have to try and cut them and it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get through the thing. You end up squishing it. It ends up being squished. That kind of... He cooks a fresh loaf every other day. None of that preservative nonsense. Almost awkwardly play ourselves into trouble there, but we managed to work it out quite well. Again, they never feel like there's that many options. And Jared Bowen there was forced to try and take it past people to get forward, loses out, and it's going to be a throw to Ghent. Again, it's one of those situations where when Ghent have the ball, there seems to be options and runners just next to them all of the time. There always seems to be at least one or two other options. Whereas with us, it doesn't feel that often that these sort of things happen. That's one of the big differences between us and them, you know. And that's why we're good on the counter-attack to some extent, because we are trying to stretch ourselves. We sit very tight and sit very deep, and then we bang on the counter-attack. But that means there are just naturally less options, whereas Ghent managed to get numbers around them as well. It's very dangerous. Throw in for us on the left-hand side, very deep in the corner quadrant. Emerson takes it. Unsurprisingly, you'll be shocked to hear we lost the ball instantaneously. Although we've won it back with Paquetá. Ben Rama looking through for Mikel Antonio, just looks a little bit wasted there. He couldn't quite get ahead of Akumbu. It's not really. Antonio's very annoyed about that being a free kick. To be honest with you, I don't think it was a free kick either. But yeah, I don't think that was a foul. I just think it was probably a throw into West Ham. But what can you do? A sourdough, crusty loaf of fish finger sandwich. Oh yeah. A big farmhouse loaf all the way. Severe goal ruled out offside. What is it now? It's only two. Get the pre-slice? Nah, Johnny. I mean, yes, I do now. I can't lie. But you know what I mean? When you want to go fancy, maybe it's a Friday, you're going shopping, you want to eat something nice for Saturday, you wake up, make a bacon sandwich, saying you want to get that crusty loaf, you know? I'm getting very into the weeds of the I'm getting into the weeds of the. See, then but Bertrand, tell me I'm wrong. Does this man not look like a baker to you? Tell me I'm wrong, Bertrand. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my man looks like a baker. I'm just saying it. He looks like he'd make a great sausage roll at a local bakery. You know? Throw in taken, Emerson. Paquetá and Ben Rama linking up. Ben Rama chips over himself. Come on! I told you I'm not wrong on this, bruv. What? No. Okay. Thank you. I told you I'm right on this, bruv. He looks like a baker. Yeah, Ben Rama, a bit awkward there. Should have done better. Falls over himself, goes out for a goal kick to Gent. I think Geo raised a good point about Ben Rama and penalties, because if we're looking at this as a long term, if we're looking at this game past the 90 minutes, you sort of feel like you have to keep him on, because this is why when someone asked about who's going to take the pen before the last game, he was the first name that came to my mind, because I do believe he is the best penalty taker we have. Bowen, it doesn't quite wake his way to Ben Rama. It wasn't a great pass. Antonio batting for it. Wins a corner. Good work, Mikhail. But yeah, it's an interesting question being raised about that one. Corner. Listen, last time he scored, it was practically from a corner. It wasn't, but it practically was. 4 minutes added on. So we have 3.5 minutes after this. Ben Rama to take it. Sorry, Bowen to take it. Ben Rama was short. Whipped in, headed away easily that time. Everyone shouted. Everyone was shouting at Declan Rice to shoot. From that kind of range, there was literally no point. I mean, it was well connected. We'll look at the replay again. It was a well struck shot. Don't get me wrong. It was going wide, I think, but it deflects, and Thomas Souček can almost be the beneficiary of the deflection. But the goalkeeper just gets there first. Nicely done from Aguirre to just flick that one onto Mikel Antonio, who battles really well. Mikel's having a good game. He goes down. It's going to be a corner. Nicely done. We take that. I tell you what, Mikel Antonio is having a good game. He's looking as lively as he did against Arsenal. I don't know what's happened to him in the last 2 games, but he's just turned up. Looking at the replay, it was a hit of a penalty. Not for me. He goes down, but it's a bit awkward. But I think the Gent player wins the ball first. It's going to be a corner anyway. Ben Bowen to take it. I keep trying to say Ben Rama. Looking for Souček, can't quite get there. Mikel Antonio go for Zumo is going for a volley with his weak foot from range. Oh, this is dangerous now. Gent can counter attack. They've got good numbers as well forward, and they're faster than we are. Thankfully, that pass is awful and it doesn't quite work out. Now West Ham can come forward. Ben Rama looking for just a big boot towards Antonio. Can't quite make it work. He was offside. Goes down. 2 minutes of added time to go. Kurt Zuma does well. Now Rice can come forward. Slot it through to Ben Bowen. A little bit awkward. Paquetá wide on that right-hand side. Lays it short to Sufal, who was loading up across, and we're going to take a throw in. 1.5 minutes left of the half. Strong end from us. Really strong end. He's just happening again. You. But it's just instantly came into my head again. Come on. Oh, you shout Van Ball. We'll see about Collingwood. Bro, please. That's what I do. I need. There was a huge shout for handball in the midst of that. It looked dodgy to me, but I wasn't really looking at it properly. The crowd were very convinced. I'm seeing a lot of handball shouts from the chat. Oh, I love that, Ben. Big clean vibes from Ben. I'm doing well. I'm a little bit ill, but I'm doing well. I hope you're well, bro. I hope you're well. Enjoy the bath. Enjoy the bath. Again, I'm looking to take as much time as possible with this. Makes sense. Apparently there's no VAR check. Here comes the replay. Nodded on. Benrahma hits it with his head. I mean, it hits his arm. There's no question or not really about whether or not it's a handball, I guess. The two questions are whether, one, it hits his chest first and then hits his arm, which I guess would be the decision there, or two, whether it's too close for it to be a handball. I would make the argument, there is the halftime whistle. I would make the argument that it's probably too close, but his arm is sort of out in an unnatural position as if he's trying to sort of do, I don't know. That usually I would say it's too close. I can't lie. Usually I would say that's probably a bit too close for it to be a handball. But in that specific scenario, I'm not entirely certain. I can't definitively say that wasn't a handball. Either way, it ends West Ham 1 against 1 at half time. An interesting half. Started and bookended by good stuff from us. Very good stuff from us in some instances. And then a big chunk in the middle, which was very concerning. A little bit like Arsenal, to be fair. We started brightly against Arsenal, 5 minutes, and then a sort of 20, 25-minute period where we were sort of all over the shop and they were just on it. And then we stepped up towards the end of the half. And yeah, I mean, I guess similarly to Arsenal, I think that's what we need to do. We come out in the second half and we need to make it, we need to put it on them like we did against Arsenal. We need to make sure that we're on top of them from the get-go and make it feel like the halftime hasn't come, because ultimately as that half ended, we were definitely on top and gaining a little bit more momentum. Certainly nowhere near as good as we were against Arsenal in that respect. But if we can do like we did against Arsenal, which is step out and get straight out on top of them, then that will benefit us massively. But Geo, how do you feel about the half as a whole? Yeah.
We're not playing very well. It's very scrappy from both teams, I think. Whether that's down to nerves or just a lack of quality, I'm not sure. But it's certainly lacking quality. There's not much composure from either team. It's very sort of kicking hope, I feel. We're getting into some good positions, but one or two players aren't really providing when they're getting the opportunity to. Mainly Saeed Benrahma. I don't mind saying it. I think he's doing okay in the middle third of the pitch. But when it comes to his delivery, I think it's been crap. There's another couple of gears to go from us yet. So energetic at the start of the half, which was nice, but there wasn't really much reward for it. We didn't test the keeper or anything. But the intention was there from the start, which was encouraging. But that faded pretty quickly. And whenever Gents got forward in numbers, it looked like they're causing a little bit of problems. A couple of decent balls into our box as well. But I'm a bit at halftime.
They're really good on the counter. Like, really good on the counter.
They know what they're doing. They know the players know where they're going. They know where to put the ball, as in the build-up and once they're getting into the box and stuff. Yeah. They are quite clinical. We've seen that with their goal. I mean, it was a scuff shot, initially, but the striker's in the right place. The striker's in a striker position in order to probably to capitalize on a rebound more than anything. But it just so happens that this shot gets scuffed and goes to him. I
mean, god awful defending. Jesus Christ. Everything we did after that pass was just completely atrocious. There was no one even remotely there was like 4 or 5 different moments where it should have just been stopped. And it was just awful defending. But I agree with you. I think the difference, I said this halfway through the half, but we're both teams that are good on the counter, but the difference is they never feel that stretch. They always have options. They always have passing options. They do it so quickly, but they're smart and quick enough where they know where they are. Whereas when we counter it, we always seem to be just a bit too far beyond ourselves. We always feel a little bit too stretched, and I think there is that difference. I think there were warning signs. There was that shot early on, or the header, when Orban gets the header, or I don't know if he actually gets a touch on it or not, and the other player, Kuipers, is just behind him, where they are dangerous, but we should, if we can step up. But like I said, I was just saying this before we came on, like the Arsenal game, I think we ended that half stronger. I think we ended this half better than we were. I think we were getting there. As long as we come out and just put it on them straight away from the beginning of the half, then we should be able to get
one
something.
thing I will say, Charlie, is I'm not that impressed by Gent. I think tactically they're doing the right things, but I think what we've seen from them tonight so far is what we saw from them in the entire 90 minutes in the first leg. So I can only assume that that's as good as it's going to get for them. That Gent are playing as well as they're going to play, kind of thing. And it's not that good. It's okay at best. They might get another goal in the second half, but we can step up. I feel like this is our fate is in our hands here, which is we turn up in the second half, we make the right substitutions, increase the tempo a little bit, get the killer ball a little bit better, because so far it's been pretty crap in and around the box. So we can improve that. We'll win tonight. I do feel like Gent, I feel like I've seen enough in 135 minutes so far to suggest a little bit dangerous, but nothing that we can't handle.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Anyway, I shall be back in a few moments' time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, let's see what you are all saying. Yuri says, we need to be more clinical on the final ball. Well, I completely agree with that one. Said Ben Rama in particular needs to get more clinical on the final ball. His crossing is stinking the place out. Not been very impressed by it. Will says Souček's been poor playing with 10 men. I think he's been okay. Do you know something? I think Souček's been fine in the first half. A couple of decent tackles. His passing's been okay. He's been getting involved. I think Souček's been fine. I think there's bigger culprits so far in the first 45. The difference is, I'm not expecting anything from Souček in the second half. I think that's what it is. My hope for Souček to contribute in the final third is non-existent. I will say, I mean, he's getting in good positions for set pieces. You know, Antonio's header, he's right behind Antonio. But is it enough to keep him on the pitch? I'm not so sure. But I think in the first half, I think Souček's actually been fine, to be honest with you. Brandon says that Ben Rama's having a poor game, but he's our best pen taker. Hard to say. Antonio, some of his play, why can he not play like this always? It's a funny one, Antonio, isn't it? 1 minute he looks rubbish, the next minute he looks good. Looks a little bit strange one for Antonio so far tonight. Glenn says a little more composure and risks taken in the right area of the field, please. Leo says Souček's been okay, but we're not looking to pass to him. So we're playing with 9 players and a keeper when building up the play. Mikey said Ben Rama's doing so well getting into positions and his final ball's woeful. Correct, Mundo. Souček going about his business, not great, not awful. Correct. Mikey, I'm agreeing with everything you've said there. Thank you very much. Logan said Emerson going forward has been very good. I find him quite slow, not as in his pace. He's got the pace. Don't know. And he gets the ball. I feel like he has to dribble with it rather than pass quickly. Whereas that's why I prefer Creswell sometimes. I think it was a build-up show when, or the player ratings one game, I said the difference between Creswell and Emerson, you give Emerson the ball and he likes to dribble 10 yards with it. You give it to Creswell, he passes 10 yards. I think that's the biggest difference between the two of them, in my opinion. I think sometimes you need to be quicker at releasing it. So I think Creswell's probably better suited for this game. I don't think Emerson's having a bad game. I've just not been impressed as Logan has been. Pickle says getting it good on the counter attack because our distances, defense midfield units are too far apart. We're not set up compact in middle, and when we build up, we lose the ball in a quick 10. 15, 20. I completely agree with you that I've been monitoring Declan Rice's yellow card odds. If it gets to decent odds, I shall have a little dabble on Declan Rice getting booked, because I agree in regards to what Mr. Pickles is saying. Rice is very exposed in the middle of the pitch a couple of times. Jacob said it's Emerson's fault for the goal. Didn't get back and let the midfielder get. I think it was just a shambles from start to finish, starting with Paqueta. Ross says Paqueta's so casual in our own half, so it's frustrating for a player of that quality. Yeah, I think the only thing he's done wrong really is give the ball away for the goal, but it was quite noticeable, and it's ended in the ball in the back of the net. I do think there's a couple of opportunities after that to cut that goal out. But I do think he looks quite good in the middle of the pitch. I'm enjoying Paqueta's performance so far. I have to be honest with you. Shane says Antonio got the goal, but we need someone who can run onto the ball. While John says Antonio's looking tired, can't do it. I have to agree. He does look a little bit pooped already, doesn't he? That's why 1 minute I think he looks up for it and he's causing trouble, and the next minute he looks shattered. It's a funny one, really. Richard said Joe Cole's highlighting Emerson getting owned. Jeff says that he's happy with the tempo and the effort. I'm sure we'll win this despite lacking quite a lot of composure. I think you've almost just summarised my thoughts, really. But the tempo's peaks and troughs. Some periods of the game is good, but other periods it feels a little bit quiet to me. But I think we will win still, just because we've got better players. I hate saying it, but I do feel, like I said, from what I've seen from Gent, they're okay, but... Cameron said, I think Paqueta started so well with a couple of players around them, then had that one mistake. I completely agree with Cameron on this, by the way. I think Paqueta's looked good. Pivotal mistake, yes, but even after the mistake, he's sort of got back into the game pretty well, and he's the one player is composed, and I include Declan Rice, and I think Rice has been a little bit, if you like it. What subs would I like? Well, I would possibly. It's a difficult one because Souček feels like this sub a take off. While Ben Rama's delivery has been rubbish, I'm inclined to keep him on for penalty reasons as well. You know, the reality is that we could easily go to a penalty shootout, and you want to have your 5 best penalty takers on the pitch. So Lanzini will probably be a substitute at some point, should get that far. Can Ben Rama go 120 minutes? I think he could. I'd be inclined to leave him on for as long as possible to see if we could make it to the end. Obviously, we're winning and stuff. He becomes a sub, but I think I'd take Souček off for Fornals. I think that's what I would do. First sub, Souček off for Fornals and see how that goes. The problem is that doesn't work. You're kind of scuppered a little bit. Like, you can take Downs on for Souček just to get a little bit more composure. But I don't think we're lacking possession. I don't know what the possession stats are, but I feel like we're doing, I think keeping the ball, I feel like we're doing okay. It's just unlocking their defence, having a little bit better quality in the final third. So I think I'd be looking at Fornals as the first sub for Souček, just to get a little bit of sort of X factor into that final third if you want. You'll still get the work rate. You'll still get the defensive effort from him in there. So yeah, Fornals for Souček. That's what I would do. Electrical says Downs for Souček.
Hello. 50-50 possession, by the way.
It feels more than that. I think it feels more than that in our favour. I feel like if you look at territory possession, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more Gent than West Ham. As in, we're in their half more than our half.
That's fair.
That's the vibe I'm getting. I feel like we're doing okay possession-wise. I don't feel like we've been overrun. So that's why I would take Souček off and try and get somebody in there that can just do something a bit more in final third. And I feel like Fornals is a safe bet, a safe sub.
Yeah, I like the idea of bringing Fornals on. I don't know who I'd do it for, but I like the idea of bringing Fornals on. You'd have to be Souček or Ben Rama. It'd have to be one of the two. I don't know which.
Well, I was just saying, I think I'd be inclined to keep Benny on just in case we get to pens.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think if you get to a penalty shootout and Ben Rama sat on the bench, and there's a possibility Paqueta will be there as well, because does Paqueta have it into the last 120 minutes? I'm not too sure about that one, to be honest with you. He looks pooped when he gets to the end of 90 in a Premier League game. So suddenly you've got your 2 penalty takers sat there. Lanzini will be on the pitch, but I don't know. You want to...
The difference is though, will someone else like Fornals create? Will Fornals have a positive enough impact to mean we don't get to pens? Because we really shouldn't. Because it's like, do you keep someone on who's going to be able to do one kick at the end of the game? Which I think, don't get me wrong, I think if we went to penalties, putting Ben Rama on penalties is basically a guaranteed goal. I think he's our best penalty taker. But at that point, we have 45 minutes plus an extra half an hour. So it's an hour and 15 minutes of football when Ben Rama can't seem to hit across with his strong foot to save his life.
But the difference with, say, Souček, this is what I was saying in the chat. I think Souček played fine in the first half. I don't think he's having a bad game. The difference is I've got no hope in him doing anything in the second half. Whereas Ben Rama actually, while he's been crap so far, his deliveries have been, he only needs to get it right once, and we know he can do it. We know. Could you confidently say Ben Rama will be as rubbish in the second half as he was in the first half with his deliveries?
With his deliveries, oh yeah, he's not good. If he starts actually doing it with his weak foot, which for some reason seemed to be more accurate, then yeah, sure, I back it. But for some reason, he cuts inside onto his right foot every single time, and all of his crosses go 4 times past everyone. If he actually took, this is the thing, like I've never been someone who I love an inside forward. I like someone if you're going to cut inside, I love it. Here. But like, bro, just go to the bottom. Just you specifically go to the byline and put it in on your.
I think that's where Emerson gets in his way a little bit, because Emerson likes the underlapping thing, and I think he sort of blocks off Ben Rama's route to the byline. I think Emerson often goes, whereas I think Creswell doesn't tend to do that. I think Creswell either puts on the brakes or overlaps him and drags the defender out of the way and says, right, there you go, there's your space for you. I actually think Emerson gets in Ben Rama's way a lot when he's in possession. I think Emerson goes down the inside channel, and it's sort of Ben Rama's like, well, I can't cut in now because you're in the way. I can't go down the line because you're also heading that way. It frustrates me, that thing. I often watch in the second half. I guarantee at one point Emerson will underlap. Ben Rama will get it on the touchline, 20 yards out. He'll be doing that thing where he sort of tiptoes up to his opponent with the ball at his feet. He's ready to drop a shoulder to do something, and Emerson will just go zooming on the underlap. And suddenly it just blocks off anything that Ben Rama can do. He can't go inside, and he can no longer down the line. It frustrates me a lot that he keeps doing it as well.
Well, G, I'll let you get off because the teams are coming up.
Thank you very much.
See it at full time, hopefully, and not extra time. Jesus Christ, please no. I would love to have this game done and dusted before then. Unless we're losing, then extra time I take. But the second half is about to kick off. It's West Ham United 1, Gent 1 in the Europa Conference League quarterfinals, 2-2 on aggregate. A huge second half coming. Of course, there's no away goals or anything anymore, which means we are level right now. 45 minutes. Potentially maybe more, but 45 minutes time, we'll see who we're going through to the semi-finals to face AZ Alkmaar. Gent to take kickoff. No subs. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. Times are on 2 things. 2-2 on aggregate. I'm trying to move something I can't move. Let me go this one. Big second half. Big second half. Let's make it happen. 2-0 Sevilla. Very confused. I could hear the commentary and Stormzy. I was like, what the hell is going on? Turned out Spotify was on for some reason. Who knows? Big second half. Like I say, as long as we can come out and do what we did at the end of the first half, just growing into the game, staying on top of them, like we did against Arsenal in the beginning of the second half, just on top of it instantaneously, putting them back in the position they were in just before halftime, we should be good to go. Having said that, at this stage in the Arsenal game, we were getting a throw-in to try and attack the ball. And right now, we're in a defensive position trying to defend a throw-in. So, not exactly the same by any stretch of imagination. If you're only here for half-time, by the way, and you're about to leave, thank you very much for joining. We appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe because we're the only West Ham channel last year who did a watch-along for every single game without fail. Even today. Come here. Wait. Do me a favour. Connor, do me a favour. Can you throw me a baby bell? I need one. Fridge. Top shelf. There's baby bells. Can you throw one to me, please? Because we're the only West Ham channel last year to watch along every single time. Like the video if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. I'm getting one just in case because I feel like that's going to happen. Hello. Why is your... Okay. I'm getting a lot of conflicting information. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Bro, I was on the cricket team. Do you not see that? Hand-eye coordination. Just in case. Like I say, but we need to step up now. Because the vibe is not there. The vibe that we had at the beginning of the first half and in the beginning of the second half against Arsenal is not there currently. There's a nerviness about the ground. Jesus Christ. And they're pressing Declan Rice, making massive problems. He manages to get the ball away and Gerd wins a free kick, but nervy. Very, very nervy. Not keen is the way I would describe it. Because I think what Geo said was interesting, right? About the idea of Gent, he not being super impressed by Gent. And I think I've been impressed by Gent, but I think we are better. Like, I just think we are better. And it's about showing that. Because realistically, let's be real, it's not like there isn't ample proof of us flopping against teams who aren't as good as us. You only have to look at every single cup run we ever have, apart from Europe, where we have just crumbled inwards on ourselves and just really struggled. And that's part of why whenever we come into these games and people have said, "Oh, we're better than Gent, we'll beat them quite easily." Oh, this is a Tim Pot Cup, blah blah blah, better than them. Bro, we flop against teams like Cambridge. It's not like it's not like an impossible situation where that won't happen. And as much as I think Gio is correct when he says, for example, he's not being super impressed by Gent and this is maybe their level, I think, to be honest with you, I think there probably is maybe one more step up they could get where there's a bit more clinical about it. But but you look at it, we should be, Paquetá almost managed to wiggle his way through, finds Bowen, back across goal. Souček's there. Oh, off the bar. Off the bar. Souček's just rattled it off the bar. Sofal tries to get the ball and can't quite make it. Jesus, how has that not gone in? Ball gets played across. Bowen does really well, pulls it back across to Souček, who's sprinting onto it, just full stretch, falling over, hits it off the bar. Oh, it should be 2. Oh, it should be 2. Corner to West Ham, Bowen to take it. Stadium's not full, by the way, whoever was asking. Punched away, you can see the top layers, there's lots of seats free. Punched away, not brilliantly though. Declan Rice has the ball wide on the left-hand side, tries to cross it back in, looking towards Agard, can't quite get there. Ben Rama arrives late on the far side, finds Bowen, hits it. Oh, good save. Close and down. Now the stadium starts roaring. Down and to the goalkeeper's left, gets a good hand to it. Whipped in, nodded away. Not even eating the bell. It was just the threat of the bell. Just the threat of the bell was getting them going. We've got 2 separate calls for the bell now. If we get another, then we do the poll. You can see they're available. I literally had my girlfriend's brother throw one at me. So, that's bloody. That was so insanely close. There's been enough calls. Bell poll going on. Bell, yes or no? Poll is in chat now. You have until we'll do 52.5, 52.5, 52.30. Paquetá plays it forward, finds Ben Rama. Back to Paquetá, looking to try and flick it back to Ben Rama. A little bit awkward, can't quite make it work. West Ham still have possession of the ball. Sufal trying to whip it in. Antonio can't get there. Antonio can second time, hits it. Off the inside of the post. What the fudge is going on right now? Managed to save that one. What the hell is going on right now? Whipped in from Sufal, out. Souček's there, digs it back across, can't quite get it. It's headed away. There was a huge shout for a handball as well. Emerson whips it back across. How have we not scored? We've hit the bar and the post. There is a VAR check going on for the potential handball, but West Ham carry on in the meantime with the ball. Emerson finds Paquetá out to Ben Rama. Looking desperately for the cross. Back through, looking for Ben Rama. Can't quite get there. It's going to be a corner. Oh my God. How the hell is... Oh. How the heck? How the heck? It gets played in. I mean, that hits his hands as clear as day. It bounces. Okay, it bounces up off him. It's not going to be given as a handball, I don't think, because it bounces up off him onto his hands. So I would suspect that isn't a handball. I wouldn't give that as a handball. But then Mikel Antonio capitalizes on it. Turns, hits it. It hits the inside of the post. They are checking it. VR are checking it. I don't know if they're waiting. They're waiting for play to carry. They're waiting for play. It's all paused while there is a big major VAR check going on. I don't think it will be given. I personally wouldn't give it. I'm not looking at chat right now because you lot will know already, right? But I personally wouldn't give it. It hits off him and then onto his hand. Does it hit his hand? 100% it does. He's going across to the monitor. That means it's probably going to be a penalty. Like I said, I personally wouldn't give it because it hits off him first and then onto his arm. It's like if he handballs it straight away, then I would have said that's a clear pen. But because it hits off him first, I wouldn't say no. But the fact the ref's going to the monitor now to look at it, I would say it's probably gonna be a penalty. I mean, it's clear as day that it hits his hand, but I would say it hits his groinal region first. Close up. Looking at it in slow-mo here. Yeah, it hits off his thigh first and smashes into his hand. I mean, again, it hits his hand clear as day, but I wouldn't give it. Referee goes across. Oh my God, he's giving it as a pen. He's giving it as a penalty. My God, now Ben Rama, please. I'm going to be honest. I think he's been hard done by there. I personally wouldn't have given that. It bounces up off his hands. I personally wouldn't have given that. David Moyes literally head in his hands. Oh, Paqueta's taking it. Oh my God, no, I don't need you to miss this. I'm surprised Ben Rama's not taking it. Especially after he scored last time. Paqueta's the one to step up to take it. Commentator alleviating my fears. He's taken one for us this season and scored. In the 55th minute, this could be huge for us. This could be so, so big for us. Please don't miss. Lucas, please don't miss. Little stutter. Oh, yes, right in the top corner. Oh my God, I'm relaxed. Flipping heck. Never any doubt. Never any doubt. A braver man than I. Better him than me. No chance. 2-1 to West Ham. Oh my God, the stress. Oh my God, the stress. Like I say, I think Gent have been hard done by there a little bit. It goes in. I'm looking at the poll. The poll said yes, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the bell poll now because obviously the game state has changed. The threat of the bell. The threat of the bell. But the bell poll is now live once again. But my God, so we're going to reload it, see what we think now. Do we still need one? Yes or no? The threat of the bell apparently worked. But I was so concerned when he stepped up. I can't lie. I was so worried. If there was one person I wouldn't want to miss a penalty right now, it would have probably been him. He needs it so badly. (2-1). Come on. Come on now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't need the stress. Don't need the stress. Hold your belt. I'm holding it, Mark. I'm holding it. I'll give it until 58. I'll give it until 58. I'll let the poll ride out. Whipped in. Orban's in there. Can't get his header on it. It goes all the way across to the left-hand side. Kuipers picks up the ball. And now they can reset again. Oh, my God. Oh, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. Stress completely alleviated. Again, it's doing well. Good tackle, and now we're away. Declan Rice is away with it. Mikel Antonio's with him. Declan Rice just keeps going and going. He scored. Oh, my God. Declan Rice has just scored an absolute beauty. 3-1. Oh, my. I feel such relief. I feel calm. I'm going to end that bell poll as well because we're going to have to take another one in a second. But Declan Rice, holy moly. He's picked up the ball deep. He's kept going. Paquetá's got involved with it. Declan Rice picks up once Paquetá goes down. He just drives and goes and goes and goes and goes. He wins the tackle and then he just goes. He just keeps going, and Mikel Antonio does a really good job just trying to drag people away. And then just a nice little dribble. It reminds me of the goal he scored early in the Europa League run. I can't remember who it was against. Was it? I can't remember who it was against at all. But early in that Europa League run, he scored a similar goal where he just kept running and running. And then, in the words of West Ham clips, passed it sideways into the net. Very similar there with his weak foot, drop of the shoulder, takes Akumu wrong way, completely confuses him, and then a great finish, slots it into the bottom corner. 3-1. You absolutely adore to see it. It's West Ham United 3. It's Ghent 1. And all of a sudden, the semi-finals, David Moyes, I don't think I've ever seen him celebrate as much. Oh, thank goodness for that. All of a sudden, the semi-finals feel like they're there. They feel like they're there. Oh, thank Christ for that. Oh, my Lord. West Ham are massive everywhere we go. I haven't heard this in such a long time. And the crowd are going wild right now. West Ham are massive, just fully blaring out from the stadium. I haven't heard us chant this properly in a while. Turns out we're massive, everyone. I don't know if you remember about this. Right, poll time. The bell is the key. Listen, Johnny. I'm running the bell poll once again because realistically, the game state has changed once more. It is back in there. You have until 62 minutes. Do we still need the bell? Yes or no? You just love to see it. Oh, thank Christ for that. Oh. Wash that bell right on your face hole. Listen. If the poll says yes, the poll says yes. I'll say this, it's going to be tight. The poll is going to be very tight. With just over a minute to go. It's currently 53% to 47%. So it's going to be very tight. Make sure to make your voice heard in the poll now. Got a minute left. Jarrod Bowen does well, wins a corner. Come on. Come on. Go on, get a fourth. Get a fourth. Get a fourth. Because I'm always shocked, Lewis. I know it's let's talk bad goalkeeping. Corner comes in, goalkeeper tries to grab it, drops it, and then manages to jump on it a second time. It's because I'm always shocked, Lewis. I did notice that though when I watched someone put together a compilation of the Arsenal reactions from all the West Ham channels and also from Arsenal channels, which by the way is hilarious to me. Just not the video, although to the video, but the fact you have like lots of Arsenal fans, like in like, oh, Antonio coming through, can't quite make it work. Played away from Ghent. West Ham regain possession and can go again. But just all these Arsenal fans screaming and shouting, and then you have like me next to him, just having a little sit. You know what I mean? I did notice that I was laughing, but I'm just always shocked. The poll is over. I would usually don't know if I would abide by this, but 51% of people said yes, and 48% of people said no. Therefore, the bell was going in, ladies and gentlemen. The bell is going in. Usually, I would want the poll to be a bit more convincing than that. But given the fact we've run it several times and that's the end, it's going to happen. So the poll is going in. Paquetá plays it out wide. Mikel Antonio on the ball. Ben Rama's next to him. He's got Jared Bowen arriving in the center. Mikel Antonio, he goes all the way, hits it. Go on. It's 4. It's 4. I'm not waxed, Dad. You're an absolute menace. Let's go. Yes. I'll put it in my mouth in a second. I have to talk through the goal, but it's 4-1. Defensive work good, just stopping them from getting the opportunity, and then just really direct passing. Big pass forward to Paquetá, halfway line, turns, finds Mikel Antonio, who just keeps running. You've got Ben Rama running on the outside of him. He's got Bowen on the inside, and no one goes towards him to stop him close enough. He just goes closer, closer, closer. As he gets inside the area, just cuts it onto his strong foot, and then puts in a good shot. I tell you what, he gets a hand to it, the goalkeeper, to be fair to him, but just pushes it right into the top corner. West Ham United 4, Ghent 1. You love to see it. Hearing everywhere we go again. Right. It's something the co-com just said on the stream. I didn't catch her name. But the idea that this is more than just this game, and this is more than right now. This is more than the Europa Conference League as well. This is about the idea of us being able to win games and being able to go forward. And that's what I was saying when we were talking about the Arsenal game before it in the build-up, talking about that idea of like having the confidence, having the vibe that we can actually take teams on, we can actually do things again, something we haven't had all season. And just getting this all of a sudden step up in confidence levels. And this second half has been exactly what we needed. Stepping up to Ghent, putting it on, putting the sword, and not just, oh my God, Declan Rice and Ben Rama are currently just hugging on the pitch. That's the happiness levels that are in this right now. And it's vital. Going into Bournemouth at the weekend, it's utterly vital to be able to step up and have the confidence levels that actually we can take on teams and we can beat teams again. And that's what we need. Oh, I'm so relieved. I can't stress how relieved I am. 100%. 100%. I can't. Oh, good times. Digital, thank you very much for the full-time fund. Massively appreciated. Moyes changed the settings to easy at halftime. It does feel a little bit that way, doesn't it? It does feel a little bit. It does feel a little bit like that. Listen, sometimes we all need a boost sometimes, and I'm not afraid to say I've done it before. You know, I'm not afraid to say I'll do it again. Hearing bubbles as well. It's so rare that we can feel this. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, it's just good. It's just good. Semi-finals now looking like pretty flipping likely. DDCH, good to see you, by the way, bro. I've just noticed your name in the chat. I usually notice it pretty quickly as well. I'm surprised. You might have been here. You might have just got here, to be fair. But semi-finals all of a sudden looking very, very likely. Oh, good times. Good bloody times. We take that. 4 bell pulse and 4 goals. To be fair, it did feel a little bit like the threat of the bell was just working non-stop. First of all, thank you for the 199 into the full-time fund. It helps us out massively. But like, it did feel like every time we put it, the threat of the bell worked more than the bell. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. And it worked out. But thank you very much for the 199. Likewise, thank you very much to the $9. Hughes 004. Thank you very much. Best 9 minutes of my West Ham life. Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? It's pretty good. Oh my god. I'll take that. Thank you very much for the $9 into the full-time fund. I'll put both your names in a second, but I was so nervous. 2 changes are coming for Gent, by the way. I was so nervous coming like the second half, just thinking, oh my god, just thinking we needed to do what we did against Arsenal. We needed to have a good second half, and then when the second half started and it just wasn't happening, I was terrified that it was going to crumble, that it was over, that we were going to fall out of this, and this game was going to go on longer and longer. And the longer it went on, the more concerned I was that Gent were going to get into this goal, and if they got a goal, then they were going to make it so difficult because they are good at defending and everything else. And we got the pen, and I think similarly with Arsenal with the penalty, again, it's kind of similar, that it just opened Gent up. So we're going to get 6 changes, 3 for both teams. But yeah, just it opened it up, and then all of a sudden, just goals started raining down. First person off, goal scorer Declan Rice. Captain's armband going on the arm of, I think it's Mikel Antonio, maybe. Good game from Declan, and a flipping great goal. He's coming off alongside Mikel Antonio. So Flynn Downs is going to come on for Declan Rice. We know that one. Flynn Downs for Rice. Flynn Downs for Declan Rice. You love to see it. I think Danny Ings is coming on for Mikel Antonio. And then I think Kara is coming on for Kurt Zuma, I believe. I believe that's what's just happened. I'm trying to see what the last sub is. I saw Kara was on the sideline, so I assume it is him. And I heard a big zoo, so I assume Zuma's gone off. There's going to be a triple sub as well from Gent, which I'll tell you the second it pops up on screen, because I can't name their players off the top of my face. Off the top of my head. Bloody hell. Oh, Jarrod Bowen's fought his way through here. Jarrod Bowen inside the area. It's 5. It's 5. Come on. I haven't even seen all the subs yet. And the free kick. Oh, it's got pulled. Hang on. He's looking confused. I think it's been pulled back. He's saying why. I'm not sure if it's offside, maybe? Again, I'm not looking at chat because you lot will be ahead. I think handball was the call. Ball gets played forwards. There's a VAR check happening. Jarrod Bowen does so well, by the way. He's surrounded by 3, I think, Gent defenders and manages to work his way through. It's a VAR check for handball. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even see the handball. But ruled out, no goal. Reset, 4-1. I'm glad I didn't change the scoreline now. Egg off my face. Stress. But we take the fact he even got through there. I'm not sure where the handball happened. I genuinely don't know. But listen. Ings trying to cross the ball in. Goes all the way over the top of everyone's. Downs, who was in there, can't quite get on the end of it. And Oh, Paquetá does really well. Nice 1-2 with Downs. Looking through for Danny Ings. Can't quite find him. Kara did come on, but I didn't see who he came on for. Who did? Was it Zuma? Does anyone know? What's happening? Hang on. I can do this. We can find out. We can go to the Twitter feed and we can figure it out. Who's captain? That's another great question. Even the West Ham's Twitter feed doesn't have the subs. What's going on? Who knows what's happening? Because I don't. I've got zero clue. What is going on? Zuma off. I'll get Zuma off in the chat. Okay, Zuma off. Okay. Paquetá finds Ings. Through to Bowen. Oh, Elixir can't quite get there. And Souček captain. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Thank you. And Zuma off. Right. Okay. Cool. There we go. But I had no clue what was going on there. You might as well make the rest of the subs now at this point. Orban came off, by the way, for Ghent in the meantime for Tissoudali. I'll have to look up the rest of their subs as well to try and figure out what's going on there. But he's not being able to be effective. When they've played well, they've done it really well. But yeah. Did they take off? I think they might have taken off. Right, so their subs, Orban, Hong, and Desart came off for Tissoudali, De Poitre, and Ojiatafo. Oh, Takalute Gaming with the £5 full-time pump. Thank you very much. Spurs fan, regular viewer with a soft spot for West Ham because of Mum, who was over the moon just tonight, and hopefully find. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Fans of all clubs are welcome here. I say this all the time, and I don't think Cornet is about to come on, and I hope the chat picks up on that because I think it's, I think we can all, be nice and, enjoy each other's company. So thank you very much. It's very kind of you to donate, and also very kind of you to just be here as a Spurs fan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Take a Luke. Shout out to your mum. Shout out to Mumsy. Do you know what I mean? Big place for Mumsy today. You love to see it. 4 hours is also coming on. I think I just saw in the corner of my eye as well. There's no reason why we can't all just get along and have fun together. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, 4 hours it is 4 hours. So we've got Cornet and 4 hours are about to come on. You would suspect Jared Bowen and probably Ben Rama coming off. That would be the idea, I would suspect. Might be wrong about that, but there you go. Dan's back in it. Shout out Mumsy. Everyone, if we could get a shout out, Mum, big up mums in the chat, please. Shout out to everyone's mums. Do you know what I mean? Love to your mothers and all that. Oh, Deckers, I saw you. I'm trying to find the comment. I can't see it again. Deckers, my G, I hope you're well. Do you ever get a PS2 emulator working? Do you ever get it working? Because I was vibing playing Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004 last night. I can't lie to you. We did score a fifth, but it got ruled out for handball, apparently. I don't know where the handball was, but it got ruled out for handball. Is what it is. Yes, there you go. Much love to the mothers coming through strong. Big up mums. You love to see it. Dinks forward, can't quite make it work. Dan gets on the end of it. Good defending, to be fair. Paquetá goes down there, but Jared Bowen's still on the ball. He does well to dribble his way in, hits it. Save. I tell you what, it was directly at him. Literally any other position, and you'd think that's probably going in. Antonio's gone off for Danny, for big Annie. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? He does really well there, Bowen, to craft the opportunity, and that's the confidence levels I'm talking about. Just being able to step up and go. He's so good. He's so good. Fair. I can respect it. I've been listening a lot to the soundtrack of Skyrim, especially when I go to sleep. It's quite nice. I haven't. To be fair, I played one of the recent ones for a very short amount of time and then meant to play more, just never got around to it. And then I wanted to get, I was thinking about getting a new one. But yeah, no. It's been years since I got fully into a golf game. But I'm vibing it at the moment. I think it's because I've been watching that Netflix golf documentary that the vibe is just there. But corner taken shortly. Jared Bowen whips it in. Save. The goalkeeper collects it. Thank you, Dan. That's very kind of you to say. Soul Calibur 2 on the PS2 is my fave. Banging game. Banging game. I'm editing a video at the moment for Triple Jump, the YouTube channel, about PS2 era fighting games. And I've been staring at Soul Calibur 2 for the last like 2 days, just Soul Calibur 2 footage. And I've just got I really want to play Soul Calibur. I haven't played Soul Calibur in years. And I've just got a deep like want to play Soul Calibur. I haven't played. I think I haven't played since whichever one. Oh, back heel. You love to see it. We're going forward. Emerson on the ball. Goalkeeper pumps away. It's going to be another corner. I tell you what, we've got all the confidence in the world, and we are going at them right now. This is beautiful stuff. But yeah, I haven't played any Soul Calibur since whichever one it was. Paquetá, just ridiculous skill there to find Emerson on the overlap. You love to see it. Since the one with Darth Vader in it, that was the last one I played on Xbox 360. But I love that. Jared Bowen, the first one who's going to come off. In the meantime, thank you very much, Mary Poppin' Cats, with the $9.99 for the full-time fund. That's very kind of you. Cornet coming on for Bowen is the first one. I'm Brazilian. I was 13 when my parents lived in London. They bought me a West Ham shirt. It could have been any other London shirt, but here I am 16 years later watching West Ham. Listen, what a time to be alive, Mary Poppin' Caps. It's like my dad did the exact same thing, but opposite. He went on holiday to Brazil, came back, gave me a Flamengo shirt, and I've just always looked out for them since. The black and red. It's just something that's always been in the back of my mind. Ben Rama also coming off. So Fornal is coming on alongside Cornet for Ben Rama and Bowen. Exactly what we thought it would be, to be fair. But yeah, listen, they chose well. They chose well. Well, it depends. Most of the time, it's probably an awful decision. But tonight, specifically, Mary Poppin' Caps, they've chosen well. Thank you, by the way. It's very kind of you for the dono. I'm having to make a second one because it's breaking now. Let's move it along. This way actually works. There we go. We're now just gunning for him. There's full confidence levels right now in this team. The Olays have come out. The Olays have come out. I'm hearing the clipped Olay. Olay. Oh, I'm hearing it in my head. This is ridiculous. Big boo from the crowd when it doesn't work out. This is insane. Good play by Gent, to be fair. Really nice play from Gent. Offside. We take it. Good. 10 minutes left. 3-goal advantage. They're not going to... We're all good. We're all good at this point. You know? What a soundtrack as well. Bow, 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 bow. Awesome soundtrack. What a weird game to exist. That franchise just in general. You know? It's not something that would ever get made today, and yet sort of exists. Oh, I love that soundtrack. I might have to listen to that later. Oof. I just heard Sevilla have gone 3-0 up. We did beat Sevilla. We did beat Sevilla. I've also just heard that En-Nesyri scored. I think that's who he said just scored. So West Ham are massive on... West Ham are just massive all over the shop today, apparently, is what's happening. I try not to, Matt. Although I can't lie. I am one for tempting fate. Anyone who's here who's here and watched the Fulham one will know that I do love a bit of fate tempting. You know? It's been rare, H. It's been rare. It's been rare. Looking at that pen again. Oh, it's such a good penalty from Paquetá. Then seeing the Declan Rice goal, brilliantly done. Mikel Antonio to get the fourth. Oh, it's good. I think the Antonio one, I mean, everything would have given us that confidence one, but the Antonio one of the goalkeeper palming it in just seemed to give us the confidence levels to just have a go at them. And that's what Jared Bowen was doing before he came off, was just running directly at him and then just having a pop. because I'll be honest, the goalkeeper's been one of the things I'm not like. It's been one of the things I've been least impressed by with Ghent. I don't think their goalkeeper's been that good. So just pop it at him, see what happens. And it seems to it's working a treat today. It's working a treat today. Your chat. Trying to good censoring there. Solid work. Big right. Brighton Castle Adventures having a mad one. I respect it. It looks like we're going to be through to AZ. AZ is difficult. Someone who was saying who would be the ideal team to face in the semis? Obviously, we would have preferred out of the two that we could have faced, because the draw was between Anderlecht and AZ, who played earlier on this evening. I think ideally it would have been Anderlecht. One, we've already beat them, so we know we can beat them. And two, I think I don't think they're as good as AZ. AZ end up going through on pens. So it's definitely a more difficult one to do. But you've got to face every team in the end. You've got to be, in the end, no one wins a tournament without facing a good team at least one time. So, it doesn't really matter who we face. It's about beating them at the end of the day. I think we've got the confidence of the players to do it right now. This is such a good win for us confidence-wise. Pretty beautifully done from Cornet there. And then Pakatawa outside the boot pass. Ings. Turning. Oh, I couldn't quite find Fornal. Almost turning into prime Perlo there with a nice ball. But beautifully done by Cornet in the build-up, and then Pakatawa with a nice through ball as well. Stephen, thank you very much for the $4.99. That's very kind of you, sir. No comment. Just a man of statements. Actions speak louder than words. Thank you, Stephen. That's very kind of you. And all of you. I mean, I know our thanks all already, but Mary Popping Caps, Tucker, Luke, Hughes, Johnny, Digital, Dave, of course, Taz, Susan, who was here before. I didn't even see what you said, Susan. I knew you'd thingy because we put them in the back end so I can say thank you at the end. I didn't even read what you said. Susan, if you're still here, thank you. That's very kind of you. I did see the comments. Thank you, Stephen. I'll put your name in the thing now. But I did see the comments where I enjoyed reading the comments of the compilation videos. I can't lie. I did enjoy reading the comments of the compilations. I thought it was quite funny. Someone called me wholesome. It's not something I've ever been called in the football world before, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm happy with that. Ghent coming forward. Souček puts a bit of pressure on. Fornals can come away with the ball. Good work with Soufal. Again, just instantly turns and plays the ball forward to Annie Dings. Cornet can't find his way forward. West Ham still have possession of the ball. I am. I'm not going to lie. Before it, I was like, I feel like crap. I can't be arsed. And then I remembered it's a European night. And, Thursday nights are Europa nights and all that. And I do love European football. And now I'm just like, hey, let's go. What a time to be alive. Oh. Kara finds Souček. Just playing the ball around calmly at this point, West Ham. Oh, Downs does really well. Annie Dings. To Cornet on the right. So was found Annie. Couldn't quite get it through. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Big ball over the top, nodded down well from Ghent. I think he's offside though on the replay. On the replay through, on the rebound through, not replay, sorry. He's going to be hyped. He's going to be hyped to all heavens, isn't he? If we're being honest about it. Fornals looking to try and play the ball out. He does. This is a great opportunity for Cornet. Could be through to 5. Maxwell Cornet. Oh, Akuman does well. I tell you what, he's looked decent, that defender, to be fair, today. He's done all right. He was unlucky to concede the penalty move, but I think he's looked decent. Cornet does really well there. That's what he brings. And Fornals, the ball over the top is beautiful as well. He just gets caught up a little bit on himself and doesn't react quick enough. Could have and maybe should have been 5. Could have and maybe should have been 5. Games like now, moments like now, you take that. It's fine. We can absorb that and take it for what it was. If this game was close, if this was still 1-1, I would be screaming the house down. And Cornet there just lets go. We try to do a little corner kick routine to keep it by the corner. Instantly lose out. Paquetá does well defensively. Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm having a bad 2023, man. I'm just having a bad 2023. Thursday nights on Europa. Bring back the ads, you know. Played forward from Gent down the right-hand side. Departure looking to hoof the ball in. Header at the far post. Ooh. A little bit of scary moment there. KAA ends up headering it over. Rock on. I don't know what that was either. Hope you're well. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute myself. That was probably quite loud. I apologize, everyone. Underrated banger. It is an underrated banger. It's weird seeing us. It's weird seeing us in adverts, things like that. You know? Like there's that one BT run. I can't remember what company it is. It might just be for BT. The one with Mikel Antonio where he takes his shirt off. And I'm like, why are we the adverts? It's just odds. It's just odds. I'm used to seeing other people the adverts. Why are we the adverts? Play forward, easily cut out in the end. We move. Listen. Well, that's what I was thinking. The lactose is probably a bad idea for the snot situation that I'm in, but here we are. Yeah, no, that was probably quite bad. Again, apologies, everyone. Apologies. Johnny is on a bell tear today. Johnny, if the people call for it, then they do it. You know what I mean? Giant Toblerone would love that. The people call for it, the people call for it. But I feel like in the 90th minute when we're 4-1 up, I feel like the people probably won't call for it, to be fair. But I appreciate the vibe, you know? Hodgiafo would be just a huge punt. 5 added minutes to go. 5 added minutes. Celebratory bell. Well, okay, there's been enough calls for bells to where I have to put the poll up again. We are a democracy here. That's the way these things work. So there has been enough calls. We've got people saying Wally there saying save the bells for semis, for example. Listen, the poll's going up. You have until the 92nd minute to let me know yes or no. Do we go for it? I'm surprised people have called for it, but we're here. Yeah, it's in the stadium of the other Prague team, not the one that our owner Uso co-owns. It's in the other one. Oof. Paquetá goes down. Paquetá trying to just good work for Paquetá. I love that. Just get cheese wheel. That would be awful, wouldn't it? Just eat it over the course of the entire game. Slice it off. Take little portions like a cake. Like a cake. My God, it'd be awful. It'd be the worst. Or would it be the best? I'm seeing Europa Conference League finals digital. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing Europa Conference League finals. Let's see. 20 seconds after the bell poll. I haven't actually looked at the results, so I don't know what it is yet. 4 now, just looking for a ball forward. Just sort of hits and hopes that one. Paquetá and Danny Ings at the far side. Can't quite wait onto that one. Don't need the bell. Come on, you eyes. Well, the bell poll was finished, and It's another incredibly close one. It's ended 51-49 again, but this time, no. No bells. No bells. The chat has spoken. We ate one on 51 last time. We're not eating one on 51 again. It's the way it goes. A whole lead down. Just the whole thing. The whole thing. 2.5 minutes to go. Let's ask man of the match, shall we? We haven't done it. We haven't done it for a while because it's been banned. We've had a couple of opportunities recently where we have done it, and I feel like today's a perfect opportunity. Who today is your man of the match? Put it in the comments, and then whoever gets the most amount of votes as I'm scrolling through. There's no science here. You know, we are purely a vibe-based economy in this area. So I'll just judge it as I go through. We'll win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. Until then, I should say, with 2 minutes left of the game. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe because we were the only West Ham fan channel last year who did the watch along every single show, every single game without fail. We were here. Make sure to hit the bell notification button as well so you don't miss out on any future videos because we have tons coming up, including 2 watch-alongs for the Europa Conference League semi-finals against AZ Alkmaar, which West Ham are through to. And also, of course, Bournemouth and the rest of our Premier League runnings as we try to survive in that as well. So make sure to get involved in that. And hey, like the video while you're here because it helps us out massively. Absolutely massively. We've got over 500 likes, which has been insane. It's been a great stream for numbers, to be fair. We've done really, really well today. But let's have a look at some of these man of the matches. Rice, all of them. Paquetá, Rice, Paquetá, Antonio, Rice, the mighty Moyes, Moyes Declan, Rice, Moyes, Pac-Man, Rice, Paquetá, who took an early lead, but now it seems to be a little bit more equal. Paquetá and Rice, for example. Bell cheese of the match. You love to see it. Rice, Paquetá, Rice, Pac-Man, Souček, Polis for Bell, man of the match. Listen, it did us wonders. Paquetá, Rice, Declan Paquetino. Listen, maybe Mulchmite, who made that amazing graphic at the beginning of the show, by the way. So shout out Mulchmite. Check out his channel if you haven't already. All that good stuff. But yeah, combine them. Paquetá, Antonio, Areola, Paquetá, Bowen. I tell you what, my tissues are fair. We're going to give it joint Rice and Paquetá because it's quite close. I think Declan Rice might just have it, but we'll give it to both of them at the same time. And I'd say, yeah, we'll give it both. So congratulations to Declan Rice and Paquetá on your joint Hammers Chat Man of the Match awards. Congratulations. We've got just a few moments left of this game. Gent on the ball, passing it round, can't quite find it through. Nice interception from Kara just to end the game off. And there it is, 4-1. The final score, 5-2 on aggregate. West Ham United continue their Europa Conference League journey through to the semi-finals against AZ Alkmaar in a couple of weeks. But before then, we've obviously got a huge game against Bournemouth in the Premier League and some other matches as well. But a massive, massive result. A huge second half. Some unbelievable goals, Declan Rice included. And just a mad performance. My G, if you haven't already subscribed to Steve does banging wrestling videos. Steve, I'll DM you after this about something, by the way, about what you DM'd me. But yeah, what a game. Subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. And just before we go, once more, a massive, massive thank you to Susan, to Tasman, to Dave, Acid D, of course, to Digital, to Johnny, to Hughes, to Tucker Luke, to Mary Poppin' Caps, and to Stephen Connolly for the full-time fund donations. Massively appreciate all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, 4-1. The semi-finals. It was tense, but it worked out. On to Bournemouth at the weekend. We'll be live, of course, for that, so make sure to come back for that. Until then, we have a live review with Geo Gonzo starting in just a few moments' time. So stick around for that on the channel. But until then, come on, you irons, and enjoy yourselves, everyone. Come on, let's go. Oh, I get to rest. Everyone, bye.